Right, this is the Air Conservation Commission meeting, May 28th, 2015. Please join me in a pledge of allegiance for the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any changes to the agenda?
Nope.
Meeting minutes.
You want to confirm the agenda?
Oh, yeah. Motion to confirm the agenda.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting minutes. Any changes? Motion to accept the minutes as written.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any announcements?
I guess you could just look at this.
Is this where you apply for the conservation agent position?
Yes,
Sure.
sir.
See?
Come on in.
Yeah. Don't see anything worth announcing. Any accounts payable?
Yeah. What we do have is, I brought back the bill that we signed last month because we've since gotten another check. And the one question I have is, there's two things on there. One, the public hearing we're having tonight, we have the payment for, but the DPW's legal ad for Stony Brook. I forwarded a copy of the bill on to Mark Wetzel. I don't know. I thought that that's how they authorize payment, but I'm not sure because it hasn't been paid. And we did just get a sort of dunning letter from the Sun. So,
Yeah, that's what we did.
yes,
We sent it on to DPW.
Okay, so that's the question, is when we could approve just the 66, or the 23 that's there, or we could approve payment of that and the DPWs.
Yeah, we could do that. Just make a note that just come out of DPW account.
Right.
Why don't we do that?
Fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be the two sums, the 75 something and the 66,
Okay.
the one in yellow. Yep.
All right. What about the 62?
Which one?
The first one.
That one we paid last time.
Okay.
So it would just then be 73.49 and 66.23.
39, just the DPW, and 6623, which is for
5 4th Street.
5 4th Street. We have the check for that.
Yes, and that's attached there.
Okay, so motion to pay. $139.62.
So moved.
Is it 72, isn't it?
62.
Hmm.
73.39 and 66.23.
Oh, 73.39?
Yeah.
I wrote down the wrong thing. Okay. 62. Got it. Please to write down the right thing. So moved.
And seconded.
Takashari moved.
Yeah.
Seconded.
Mm. Any discussion?
No?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, 7:15, we have our first public hearing, Mass DEP 100-0384, 5 4th Street.
Good evening. My name is Robert Oliver. I'm an engineer with David Ross Associates. Before I start, I'd like to thank the commission for being patient with us. We've asked for several continuances since this got filed. The owner and applicant had a change of plan for their house plan, and it's delayed the site plan. So the original site plan that was submitted to the commission has since been revised. So I'm going to be presenting a new site plan to you tonight. So I have a couple of full-size copies for your record, and then I also have a reduced size that match what I colored up here for you tonight. I also have my green cards. The project is at 5 4th Street. The owners are Mark Adams and Jennifer Walker. There's an existing house in the property. It's located off of 3rd Street. Frontage for the lot is actually on 3rd Street. There's a long driveway that's a private street called Crawford Ave that leads to where the existing house sits. The proposal is for the house to be taken down, which coincidentally it already has since we filed the notice of intent. The site has frontage on Grove Pond as well, and you can see that on our plan. There's a bordering vegetated wetland that runs along the pond, and then there's a slope up to where the existing house sits. I should say the foundation from the existing house sits. On the small plan you have in front of you, the wetland is highlighted in blue. The buffer zone is highlighted in red. There is floodplain that extends up to the 227 elevation along the pond. That's highlighted in a light green color. The site also has a portion of it in the Squanassa ACEC. Originally, the filing that was submitted to you, we had a house that was much bigger than what we're showing here. We had site work that extended into the buffer zone. Since the house has shrunk up, we've moved it far enough away that none of the work associated with the house is within the buffer zone. What we do have in the buffer zone, there's an existing sewer line that runs from the Willworth property all the way down. There's a sewer trunk line that runs along the pond. There's a manhole down near the pond where that line extends to. Coincidentally, it's directly under our new house. So part of the project is to relocate the existing sewer as shown on the plan you have. Basically, it runs along the north edge of the house and then straight down to the existing manhole. So that work is within the 100-foot buffer zone. So we've shown a line of an erosion control barrier that extends down for the new sewer line, and as well we've carried it just outside the 100-foot buffer zone for our construction as well. So we're protecting the buffer zone with that. We're proposing a line of staked wattles or filter socks. So that's it. I mean, we'll have new driveway, the new house. There'll be grading and site work. We're proposing dry wells for the roof runoff. All that work is proposed outside the buffer zone. So from the plan you originally saw or was submitted with the application, there's been a major change in that we've moved that all out. So that's the project in a nutshell. I can certainly answer any questions you have.
So the relocated sewer line that basically extends into the buffer zone, that's just going to be basically a temporary trench, correct? Or
Yep, everything will be restored back to
Okay.
existing condition. The site is all clear. It's kept mowed.
Okay.
So there's no clearing involved, and that'll be seeded. I know the clients will make sure that gets grown back in,
okay.
as they'll be looking at it all the time.
And no floodplain alteration?
No floodplain alteration. Everything's outside the buffer zone, outside the floodplain, with the exception of the sewer line down to the existing sewer.
But you're not changing the.
No change in the grades involved with that.
Gotcha.
Jess?
No, so, I'm just bad on direction.
That's okay.
So the north, you said the path of the relocated sewer line will be along the north side of the house?
Yeah, essentially, that sewer, the existing sewer line runs right through here, down to this manhole. We'll pick it up here around the north end of the house and then back down to that manhole.
Okay.
Keeping the existing manhole?
To the yeah, there's an existing manhole down there that we're
You're not
connecting to.
replacing it?
Nope.
Is that existing sewer line the one that basically runs all along roughly the shore of the pond?
Yeah, it does. Yep. I don't know how far it goes, but I know it's it
Yeah.
extends along
Okay.
that side of the pond anyway.
Okay.
Sidewalk?
Yeah. We do sidewalks on all our notices with that. Are we scheduled for walk this weekend?
We're supposed to do some on Saturday,
What times?
between 9 and noon.
Yeah, we have set times?
Not yet.
Okay,
This would be a quick one, hopefully.
yeah. Should probably do this one first.
Yeah, since it's a notice of intent.
Yeah. 9 a.m.?
Perfect.
Okay,
I'm not available, but if
Yeah.
you are, that's fine.
okay. We'll see you at 9 o'clock,
Okay. When's your next meeting date?
June 11th. All right, there's nothing else. I have a motion to continue to June 11th.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. See you Saturday morning.
Okay. That one. In the interim, we do have 2 zoning board requests for comments.
Okay. 4 Pierce Avenue, the applicant seeks variance to raise a non-conforming structure in a non-conforming lot and replace with a larger structure. Where's Pierce Avenue?
I have no idea.
Raise your hand.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be on
Isn't that the one up off Sandy Pond Road? Off of Wright Road? Off of
Ah.
Sandy Pond?
Okay, could be. Was that a raise and replace?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a little side street.
Okay, yeah.
So that would be, I think that's a fairly good incline.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. I don't think we'd have anything to worry about.
Yeah, in terms of wetlands, I don't think so.
not up the hill, just they'd have to make sure nothing comes off the site
Yeah.
and goes downhill into the
And I don't think I mean, if it's existing, it wouldn't matter, but I don't think they're within rare species habitat. I don't think it comes all the way down. I could be wrong. Do you know where you are, if that's within the rare species habitat? I can't remember, but I didn't think it included all the way down to
It
Oak
doesn't.
Ridge. It doesn't include all of our.
It seems to go, it seems to stop at the road area, so.
It wouldn't. I don't think it would matter anyway.
Yeah.
And 41 Nashua Street. Applicant seeks a variance from setback requirements for accessory structure or carport.
I don't think that one has any issues for us.
Thomas Horgan.
41 National?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's on the other side from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just approve both of these.
Yeah, the one for Pierce Avenue, I would probably put a note that said the applicant should make sure that nothing comes down the hill. Should,
Take appropriate erosion control
Right.
measures.
yeah, into jurisdiction.
Do you know if there's just one house up on that road?
I've never been up there. I think it's one or two.
Okay. And I know I've.
It's some of
Passed by
those
that.
streets, it feels like you'd be trespassing.
Yeah.
everyone.
Right.
Just curious. Okay, so we have still a couple of minutes. 8 Mandry Way. The couple that bought that house moved in December, and before they did, they had Becky come out because they wanted to find out what they could do. Initially they were talking about trying to level out the backyard, so doing some fill-in and then building a wall, retaining wall. It's right up against wetland area. So Bill had said, well, just tell them they have to come to us with a plan and flagging. So they did bring in, I think David E. Ross went out there, and they also talked to GPR. David E. Ross said it was a really big project to do that, so they scaled back. Now they want to remove some trees on the side of the house. Oh, I can start again. Still have a couple minutes before the next one.
Excellent. Which one's done?
7:15.
They came in?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a sidewalk at 9 o'clock on Saturday.
Of course we do.
You had wanted us to do sidewalks this Saturday. And they had given us a new plan.
Any changes to the agenda?
Good minutes.
We're right on schedule.
I didn't know there were any houses on Grove Pond. Thank you for starting the meeting. Do you have the plan for the next one?
The RDA for,
Evening, Cal.
Good evening, Bill. How are you?
Just Dougie, thank you.
Becky's good.
Why don't we open our 7:30 hearing, RDA. This is for a property located at 31 Willow Road.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Cal Wilson from GPR. For the record, this is Sal Barber from Daycom.
Evening.
Hal Barber. Sal Barber.
What we have here is, I don't know if you're familiar with the AES property over there, Baron Peters property. But he has decided to expand, put additional 25,000 square feet on his building. It's in a light industrial zone, and this is probably similar use to what he's had in there for a while. I don't know if this is anywhere. So his intent is to put this building addition on, develop this parking. Right now, this is a dirt lot, about this much of it is kind of a dirt lot. And this is a detention basin that's mowed on a regular basis for stormwater. That's where the parking stormwater goes. And he's gonna add some pavement around the back as well as this pavement here, and new construction or a new entrance there, upgrade this entrance and new entrance here, that's what I'm trying to say.
So the parking areas are separated completely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, but yes, they are. Loading for this building will be around back here, but then all the front, the parking there for employees and whatnot will be in the front. And yes, they are totally separate, so it's two separate entrances. We've got there's a river here. This line in yellow is the 200-foot riverfront zone. And this line is the 100-foot buffer to the wetlands on north of the site. And then there's a wetland across the street. And that's what this buffer line wraps around here, the 100-foot buffer. Right now, there's a structure, a head wall here that discharges into the town storm system and down. I think it eventually makes its way into that wetland. And our intent is to utilize this detention basin. Let's go to the grading, drainage, and paving plan to expand this basin, give it more capacity, and then the drainage from this parking area will run off into a stone swale. It'll come down here and get picked up in a landscape catch basin and then piped into this basin. Drainage off the hillside here will be picked up in a swale to a catch basin here, and then also brought into that to keep it off the parking area itself. And then drainage across the back will drain generally in this direction. And there are all along here is a stone diaphragm with a grass strip between it and the parking areas to get some infiltration. So I've highlighted that in red. Anywhere you see the pink, actually. Anywhere you see the pink is a stone diaphragm running along there as part of stormwater management. But in this area, there's also a stone swale. They'll come down to another landscape catch basin that will also be piped into this basin. The big difference is right now, there's a head wall with a culvert leading out of this basin right at the bottom of it. And we've designed a outlet structure that will allow, it's a square outlet structure. Detail page. Where am I? Here we are, down here. Square outlet structure with a grate on top and with some horizontal openings in it that then will allow water to feed into this at the same rate as it currently flows out of the basin. So there's no increase in runoff in the 210, 25-year storm and all the way up to the 100-year storm. So this is just a blow up of that same basin. So there will be a head wall installed here and a head wall installed here for the two new pipes coming into it. And then the outlet structure will be in place of this head wall here that will lead out and into the town drain system. So our intent and hope is that you would agree with us that we're we're about 10 feet away from the 100-foot buffer zone here. We're well outside the riverfront with the exception of right there when we're about 10 feet outside the riverfront buffer zone, the 200-foot buffer. So we're not within either of those buffer zones on our site. The only buffer zone we are within is from the wetland across the street. And the work that's being done here, this entrance will be widened, this pipe will be put in, this pipe will be put in, but basically this stays pretty much the way it is. It's just going to be expanded a little bit. And some new paving in here. Not a lot of grading, not a lot of activity within this buffer zone, this piece of the buffer zone that's happening right in here. The building is well outside of it, obviously. This parking is outside of it, with the exception of this little piece right here for the entrance. So we're hoping for a negative determination just based upon the fact that the impact to the wetlands on the site is zero. We're outside buffer zones everywhere. And then the only place we're within the buffer zone is across the street, and we're well separated from
Jess, do you have any questions?
Not at the moment.
George?
I haven't looked at all the drawings, but do you show your erosion controls?
Yep, in green is a straw wattle. Sorry, I should have pointed that out. It's all along here as well. So all the limit of work in here is defined by that green straw wattle as it is along here. We have to protect this because until such time as this outlet control structure goes in place, there is a head wall that leads out of that, so we've got to protect that during construction. And I think the head wall will be put in place fairly soon in the construction. And we've submitted this to the town. We've got to go through site plan approval with the town. We've given them an O&M plan. We've got an operation and maintenance plan for all the stormwater on the site. And of course, we've sized everything with the drainage calcs. And we're subject to the stormwater regulations in Ayer. This design takes those into account.
Excellent. Dr. Shi?
One question I have is, according to the second note, survey note, that the wetland delineation was done in 2005, is that correct?
I think the wetland delineation on the site you're in general notes?
This is SKC1, and it's survey note number 2. I think that's what came with our packet. I can show it to you.
I think it's that is what it says. I thought we'd updated it since then, but I can definitely check into that for you. I think it was pretty well defined at the time when they did it.
Yeah, I guess that's what it also says in the description.
Okay, so that probably was just done in 2005, which is a while ago.
Yep.
Our expectation is you're not going to see much, if any, movement to it. It's pretty well defined in the riverfront. And the wetland itself, I think, was fairly well defined back there as well. So it might be a little bit of movement, but I wouldn't expect much from it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with any of that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out.
So you are regrading the entire parking lot, but at no point are you extending into the area that is the 100-foot buffer today?
That's correct.
And it looks like we're about at least 30 feet off, based on the scale
Of the,
of what's the marked buffer today.
yeah,
Right, if you were to go up in that corner,
in this corner here,
yeah, right across the top, says your scale is 1 inch equals 30 feet,
it is.
and it looks like right about here in the middle is about where it dips the closest, and it looks like it's pretty close to the 30 feet, 25, 30
Right.
feet
Yeah,
to disturbance.
yeah, it looks like to the edge, that's probably 21 feet to the edge, to the stone diaphragm.
Okay,
We get within probably 10 feet, but the grading right here from this, away from the buffer zone, at the closest point, then of course it's quite a bit further on each side of that. And we've also installed, I forgot to mention, we're installing a filter strip, grass filter strip along this area where this diaphragm will discharge towards the wetlands as well here. That's not being picked up by this. So,
Is that sort of
grassy.
grassy symbol? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a wetland.
That's not a wetland. I just thought we'd stick one in here.
nice
No, it's not a
addition.
wetland.
Yeah, see if we were paying attention.
Right.
Okay.
And the house at this point is staying, right? We're not doing anything with the house. I'm sure at some point there will be something done. We'll have to come back and talk to you about that. At this point, we're not doing anything.
Anything else, Dr. Shi? You want to reserve your right to ask, well, after I ask two questions?
Yeah, I just, so you did say that you're submitting the full drainage calculations, zone and plan and everything to the
Yep.
planning board? Okay.
We've got it.
Two questions. What are you doing with the roof runoff? Is that dealt with specifically?
I don't see that it is. Do you remember?
It's going into the stormwater management.
That's
system.
going into the
So
stormwater
interior,
system.
interior roof drains
Okay.
will be gathered and connected.
And that goes where?
Would end up in the basin?
Into the basin. And it's a EPDM membrane. It's not a-
Okay.
no.
So I think what I'd probably want to see for the file is an SK drawing that just shows that going into the basin so that we just had it for our records based on our discussion tonight.
Sure. That's fine.
The other thing would be, I don't know what you're experiencing. I see you've got grade up here. Obviously, you're not doing anything on the hill. You are doing some cut into the hill in the
Right.
bottom corner here.
Yes, correct. There's been some already, and we're gonna do some more to just grade this hill back a little bit.
I guess the only thing I would say is I don't know what the geology is on this side, but if you have any idea what we ran into on the other side of the hill, over at the development across the street, that silty clay that came
Yes.
out of there,
The Paxton, so
if you were to put a pile of it on the ground today, it'd still be staining rainwater for 3 weeks. And so
yeah,
when you're doing work in that area, just know that material it carries.
yeah, we've had a lot of experience with Paxton soil, and you're absolutely right.
I'm just letting you know, they started the work on the other hill and they thought they had it under control and then it would just pop out somewhere else, so it was pretty messy.
Yeah, that's tricky stuff to work with.
Just one more question. The increasing the capacity of the existing basin, is that going to involve both expanding its area but also its depth? Or
Yeah, well, the way the grading is showing, we're not going any deeper.
not going to? Okay.
But this, if you looked at it now, the low spot is here, and this kind of slopes down into it.
Okay.
So we're trying to pull that back.
Okay.
Give
Yeah,
it some
I've driven by it, so I kind of have.
Yeah, but at this end of it, it's not as deep as it is at this
Okay.
end. So, but we're not going any deeper at that end than what's there.
Okay. Do you know what the depth to the water table is?
We did have borings out there that seemed to indicate we had a pretty good depth to water table, but we've also got a note on it here that says that the contractor has to verify that we're not gonna hit any.
Yeah. Okay.
And, you know, as we're not going any deeper in this part, there's no water in there, so we're pretty confident
Okay.
we've got that.
Says approximate location and elevations of existing septic tank. Is the septic tank staying?
Well, there was a septic tank in the back of the property. I believe that was removed.
Yeah, because there's a sewer
There's-
through
there's
here
a
now.
sanitary-
They
There's
hooked
a
up the
sanitary
sewer.
system that ties into the street.
Right, they hooked up the
Yeah,
sewer
I think that's
a
been
number of years
removed by
ago.
the owner,
Okay.
because he has some test pits back there too.
Yeah, it says approximate location and elevations of existing septic tank. And it does point to the front.
See approximate location of building sewer, I do see that.
Yeah, that's the sewer. Yeah.
Well, my note doesn't say that. My note says approximate location of existing pump chamber and approximate location and elevation of existing septic tank. I don't have anything on here that says sewer. Unless I'm misreading it. These are the notes I have on SKC.
Yes, I don't have SKC, I've got the actual plan set that was submitted. But my understanding is the same as what Sal said, is that tank and pump chamber were removed when they hooked into the sewer line. So what we're showing now is approximate location of building sewer. But I don't think there's any septic tank or pump chamber out there.
Okay. Nope, just asking. The note's
Yep.
on here, just better to ask. Okay. You, sir? You, sir? Madam?
So should we get a revised plan showing that?
All I'd be looking for is just a plan, just an SK that identifies where the roof drains are coming off and how they're tied in, so that we at least know what we're looking for if we were to pass by. And
Okay, and I can leave you with this set too for your file.
I don't have any problem with that. Does that show the piping off of the
That
roof?
does not show the piping from the roof going into the storm drain, so we still owe you that.
So if you want, take those back, send us a set that does include that, please, and that way we'll have that for the file. Okay. If no one has anything else,
When you print that, up to September.
and you might want to take that note off.
I think we've already done it. We just haven't had it, so.
Unfortunately, there's no initials on here. Checked by DEM. I'll let you do what you need to do with him tomorrow.
We'll chat.
I would accept a motion to issue a negative determination of applicability for this project located at 31 Willow Road, Ayer, Mass, with a special condition that a new plan will be submitted that indicates how the roof drainage is tied to the detention basin.
So
Do you have anything you want to change?
is that going to be a condition on the determination itself, or is that going to be, are we issuing the determination based on getting that drawing?
I'm issuing the determination based on receiving that plan.
So that,
So you don't want to make it a special condition?
no,
I see. I can agree with that.
okay.
So,
Sure what you seconded?
I think so. I'd be okay with that of the options. So,
Any further discussion? Do you want to go back over it?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Good luck with your
Thank you
project.
very much.
Please make sure to let us know, as always, 72 hours before starting disturbance so we can inspect the erosion controls. Thank you very much.
So this will be the first DOA I've done.
Really?
Yeah,
So,
I've done notices of intent, but, do we sign it for?
yes, there is a
Okay.
thing page.
Alright,
Maybe sometimes pass that down. If I don't walk away with it.
signature form. Okay.
Well, it is, but not for us.
What?
It's for the applicant.
Okay, it's gotta be in here somewhere. Sorry.
It's
I'm
okay.
getting a little flustered here.
Good evening.
Have a good night.
Okay, I just assumed that.
Why don't we shoot for our 7:45 with Mr. Mulaney and
Okay.
Mr. Mulaney, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission.
Wait, is that the town stand he just walked out with or his own?
I think it's his own.
Okay. I'm hoping. Didn't we used to have one in here?
Okay.
That's going to be flat out funny.
We have a built-in stand.
Oh, is there?
That's a screen, I think.
Yes. What's- Son of a gun.
It doesn't matter, it's on camera. Mr. Mulaney, good evening. Let's open this public meeting for your RDA Woodland Way Ridgeview Realty Trust, installation of temporary access way and water main. Please explain your project, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First, order of business, the advertisement fee for the Public Spirit.
Who doesn't love that? You forgot to ask on the last one.
Yes, I did.
Hold on, let me get our stand back.
Here's the file. Okay. All right. I'm having a flustered week.
I think it's all the humidity this week.
I think so.
Community, Black Lives.
Yeah.
You don't need, do you have to do green cards? You don't really.
No, not for idea.
Yeah. It's sending up and down the field. Yeah, it's just one of those days.
I got his watch, but.
Now, No check.
He didn't happen to have one with him. They're just not all like you, sir. All right, hold on. Just because now we have to check. Okay, please continue, Mr. Mulaney.
Make sure
Thank you,
it
Mr. Chairman. I'm Steve Mulaney from S.J. Mulaney Engineering here on behalf of Ridgeview Realty Trust. Ridgeview Realty Trust is the developer of the Pingree Hill subdivision, as you know, on the Littleton Ayer Town line, just north of Littleton Road, Route 2A. And below this map on the corner of the plan, you should all have reduced copies at the back of your packet, shows the area that we're looking at. The town corner is right here on Littleton Road. Hemlock Drive is one of the newly constructed roads closest to the Littleton Town line. If you head north on Hemlock, you come to an intersection. The intersection to your left would take you down Hickory, but the intersection to your right, which is still under construction, is the beginning of Woodland Way, and that's this intersection right here. We've walked this area in the past, most recently last fall. We submitted to you a abbreviated notice of resource area delineation for all of the bordering vegetated wetland in the entire vicinity of the unconstructed Woodland Way, and the Commission issued an order of resource area delineation this past November. As you may recall, this project, which has been ongoing since the 90s, involves the construction of a second water tank for the town of Ayer. A 1 million-gallon water tank is to be constructed at the top of Pingree Hill, which, as you're looking at this drawing, would be right about where my hand is. And the DPW has been very anxious for that work to get underway, and plans are for that work to start on July 1st of this year. But in order to get to the water tank site, some improvement needs to be done within the unimproved right-of-way of Woodland Way. It's an approved subdivision way. The planning board signed the subdivision plans about 11 years ago. There was an order of conditions for the construction, a superseding order of conditions for the construction of Woodland Way that DEP issued in 2004. It lapsed in 2007 with it being a later phase of the project, and the project just started construction at that time. So, as you know, we filed the INRAD last fall. We intend to come back with a notice of intent to the Commission for the infrastructure of Woodland Way itself, the subdivision road infrastructure. We've got the design well underway, and we're in the midst of all the various stormwater calculations that go along with that, but there is insufficient time for us to complete the full infrastructure design and calculations of subdivision roadway, submit it to you under a notice of intent, go through the review process with you, get an order of conditions issued, and get construction underway on the water tank, and be able to get the water tank going this year. So we looked at a feasible alternative would be to allow a 14-foot wide temporary gravel access way up through the southernmost lane, travel lane, if you will, of Woodland Way to get to the water tank site. And a small portion of that area falls within the outer 50 feet of the buffer zone adjacent to bordering vegetated wetland. We're proposing with our plan here to provide engineering measures as allowed under the Wetlands Protection Act and the Wetlands Protection Regs. The installation of an erosion and sedimentation control barrier all along the limit of work along the wetland side of the work area, as well as anywhere where there are low spots that might be tributary to other wetland areas. We provide a complete stormwater erosion control plan described on the second sheet plan set, with a lot of the boilerplate common sense requirements that a contractor should follow once they initiate construction, beginning with the installation of a temporary construction entrance, installation of the erosion control barriers, clearing and grubbing, locations of stockpiles. For example, we show the stockpile location is actually where stockpiling has occurred previously as part of the work for the project. This is the most appropriate location to use for it. And in addition, we provide on the third page of the plan set the construction details for the water main itself and a cross-section of the proposed temporary access driveway through Woodland Way. So you see some details about the fill and excavation sequence along the roadway. We show the cross-section, which shows that we're in the southerly lane of the roadway. the grades we propose on the first sheet of the plan would would create the grade, which would be the grade of the ultimate roadway just beneath the pavement layer. So we would not be creating something that would have to be taken apart later on. And we positioned the water main is proposed along this plan, so it coincides with what the ultimate location will be, so there would not have to be any temporary water main or any removal of any of the water structures along the way. So what we ask the commission tonight is to consider to grant a negative determination on the basis that the activity proposed is limited to a very small area of the buffer zone, and that sufficient engineering erosion controls are provided that would protect the resource area from being impacted by the activity. We do describe in our submission some of the specifics in terms of how much work is proposed. For example, within the buffer zone area, we are proposing the activity of 3,000 square feet of gravel access way, just over 6,000 square feet of vegetated side slope on either side. We're generally in a cut area, 691 cubic yards of cut, 2 cubic yards of fill. So that in itself will direct stormwater runoff away from the resource area. And there's 293 feet of erosion barrier proposed in that area and 203 feet of water main in that area. And I'm happy to entertain any questions that you may have.
Ms. Cucino?
No, at the moment?
George?
How long will construction take?
The construction of the access road, that should take probably less than 2 weeks.
How about the water tank?
The water tank itself, I don't have a firm timetable on that. That will be measured in months, I expect, though.
Completed this year?
Yes, and it's complete this year.
Takashi?
You said that the portion of the road that's within buffer zone is in the outer 50?
It's in the outer 50 feet, that's correct.
Is that, okay, it's a 40 scale. Okay.
If you reduce it, probably 80 scale. It's a true half scale.
Right.
Once you think on it for a second,
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I think I'm good.
So, the work that you're gonna do now is really prep for the future work.
Exactly.
All of your, so you've got markings labeled down at the bottom where the wetland is, where you've already started the excavation, not down at the far end where the road's actually started.
Oh, right here.
I think you're probably in, 150 feet at that point?
Yes.
Maybe?
Yes.
Something like that. You've got another set of hay bales right about there,
Right.
and I didn't see,
That's how the buffer zone line.
Is that the buffer zone? Okay.
line is right here, so we're probably 150 feet away from the wetland there.
perfect. And then up where where that other patch of wetland is, so once this road goes in, you'll have very little work to do on the outside, as far as that's concerned. The water main runs down the center of the road?
The water main, it runs down the center of the access way, which is on the southerly half of the road.
Okay. So, right, eventually there'll be more road, the road will be wider, it'll be
Right.
widened.
It'll be
So is it
widened.
widened toward the wetland?
It'll be widened towards the wetland 10 feet.
Okay,
The planning board agreed to a waiver on the roadway width to 24 feet. What we're proposing right now is 14-foot width for the temporary access. That's what DPW Superintendent Mark Wetzel indicated would be an adequate width.
and you said you're doing vegetated side slopes?
Vegetated side slopes, because any of the cut that we're doing in this area, we just want to have stabilized side slopes so that we're not encouraging any runoff where it is a gravel access way.
Does it make sense to do riprap in the area where the wetland is?
Well, actually, we're sloping away from the wetland, so
Okay.
there shouldn't be any discharge towards the wetland.
Sorry, I was looking at the small scale plans. Okay, and like you
Yeah,
said,
this entire area is in cut, really.
when you go up the hill to where the tank is, I don't think we've ever seen an application on that, unless I'm mistaken.
The tank
Is that out
the
of
tank is
jurisdiction?
outside of jurisdiction.
Okay.
It's been approved by the planning board. I can show you.
No, that's fine, it's just
The
that
sheets
I
that you
think
see.
there have been 3 lots on the entire project that weren't jurisdictional, I just wanted to make sure I understood. There've been 5. Thank you.
So this shows you, that's the access that goes in right there, would be coming up to here. That plan shows up to this
Sure.
point, and then the access driveway is gonna snake up the hill up here, and there's a couple of stormwater basins associated with that, here and here.
Interesting. Thank you. Who's doing the tank?
I'm not sure who the final contractor is. I know they've been talking with a couple of different ones.
Steel or tilt up?
I understand it's steel.
Okay. Jess, did you think anything?
I'm good.
You're all set.
What's the depth of the water main?
The depth of the water main is a minimum of 5 feet to get below the frost line.
Takashi?
Good.
Okay. If anyone has any other questions at all,
Mhm.
I would entertain issuing a negative determination of applicability for the present project to be located in Phase 4, right? Phase 4 of Pingree Hill project, construction of temporary access road to allow for the installation of water main and water tank.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Mr. Mullini, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As well.
Thank you.
And I think did I send a draft to you, Jess?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
I may not have the signature sheets for the determination of applicability, but I do have an expert.
Well, it honestly doesn't matter because we'll see each other on Saturday morning.
Yes, indeed.
So that's another way we could sign those.
So we have a request for the extension of 9 orders of conditions. Should you require it, I have the files for each lot in the magic box.
So we can go through every single one.
Yes.
To make life a little bit easier, I superimposed them on last fall's delineation, so you know
Oh.
where they're located.
Oh my. So this is all of them?
Yes. And they are in order of the DEP number.
Unfortunately, is not in any
Not
kind of sequence with
completely,
with respect to the location.
but they are in relative order.
All right, well, so here's 138. Am I missing something? Okay. Oh, I see. So it's the numbers in the boxes, not the numbers in the circles?
The numbers in the boxes are the street numbers,
I got you.
and the numbers in the circles are the lot numbers.
Ah, there we go. Okay. So 248. 21. 38. 23. 59. 93. 96. Okay. So, so basically, those are all orders of conditions issued on June 9th, 2005 by the Easy Commission that used to be here. Extension permit issued in '08.
I think all 4 of you were on that commission.
No, I think just
No.
You were on the
two.
extension.
Not in 05, yeah.
Two of you were on the 2007. The rest of you were
It's
on the.
their fault.
But the 4 of you were on the last extension.
Okay.
And
So
a couple
looking
that
at
you don't
these-
see on the plan are over on Snake Hill Road. I bet those, one on Snake Hill Road and there's one on Littleton Road. They don't show up on that plan.
So basically, the only question is, Have you been out and observed, have these changed drastically in the 10 years since they were first permitted?
Everything you're looking at there is the site that we walked for the NRAD last year, and these lots are all in locations where, as you can see, because I've superimposed the lots on the NRAD plan, the wetlands are pretty much the same in those areas. Wetlands may have moved a few feet here or there, but nothing that affects what the proposed construction was on those lots. And these particular lots are among those that are not affected by the proposed realignment of Woodland Way.
Gotcha. Because that's this way.
Yes. As for example, as you're looking here, this is very similar to the plan we just last looked at. That was the intersection coming up to the water tank.
Yep.
This road is going to end in a cul-de-sac right here, so that lot doesn't get affected by it. And the loop of Woodland, which used to come all the way around here, is going to come down through the middle here.
Right.
So for example, these lots that are along the perimeter here are in a section of roadway that's not changing.
Okay. So based on the fact that this was reviewed and walked, do you have any questions?
No.
Do you, Ms. Gajin?
Nope.
Mr. Top? So based on the fact that we're dealing with 8 lots that were previously issued orders.
Nine lots,
Um,
Mr. Chairman.
Snake Hill's not on the sheet.
I say. Oh, down the bottom, 9, sorry. Based on the fact that we're being asked to extend the orders on 9 lots, I would entertain a motion to extend the lots for the orders of conditions for DEP file numbers, you don't have to write them down, they're all on the list. 100-0269, 100-0272, 100-0273, 100-0274, 100-0275, 100-0279, 100-0280, 100-0282, and 100-0278. Is that what you were looking for, Mr. Mulaney?
Yes, Mr.
Didn't
Chairman.
miss any? Okay. So I would entertain a motion to extend the orders of conditions for the lots so read.
Second.
Is there any further discussion?
Is this for 3 years?
It's for 3 years.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Uh,
Aye. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Mulaney, they're all here printed out. Look at that.
Jess is right on top of things.
And you submitted them.
You printed them.
I was about to do them. I
Take
had
the
everything
credit.
Yeah, I was getting ready to do them, and I thought, I wonder if Steve sent those. So, it's sad, but thanks to Adobe, you kind of forget how to spell your own name.
Yeah, no. Goodness.
Damn you, Adobe.
so,
Pass that to Jess. You can put them all right back in. Thank you.
so basically, Takashi, I copied these for our file. Send the originals to Steve at which address?
Or if I'm going to be doing a site walk with you on Saturday, you could
Do
save
we have
the
a Saturday with
postage.
site work too?
Well, we
Yeah.
talked about,
Yeah.
we have a request for a certificate of compliance.
120.
Gotcha. 120 Littleton Road.
Right. And we also had some questions we were gonna ask about those 4 orders of conditions lots.
I have updates on that, and I have updates on all the lots for which you're holding certificates of compliance pending the erosion control removal.
Oh, that's exciting.
Bless you, my son.
All right, well, let's start with our A10 discussion of a request for certificate of compliance for 100-0271.
Before we do that though, that's all I do is just send him the originals, copy these for our file.
Uh,
I don't think you have to notify DEP.
You do not need to
anymore.
notify DEP for
Great, okay, just check it. Got it.
Excellent. 100-0271. Where exactly is this located?
This lot is located on Littleton Road. It's known as Parcel E, it's also known as Lot N, it's 120 Littleton Road. Hemlock Drive is over here. Lot 59 and 58 are two lots on the corner. We had quite a bit of discussion regarding those lots about 2 years ago because there's a common utility corridor that has a wetland crossing, and that that utility corridor comes over and serves Lot N, Parcel E, as well as lots 58 and 59.
Oh, this is the one built all by itself?
Built all by itself off of Littleton Road. They're having trouble selling that one because it's all by itself on Littleton Road. But the work is completed on that lot.
Okay.
And so we would like to walk that with you. And Jess had indicated that you would be having site walks this Saturday, so we're available whatever time works for you.
We have 9 o'clock at 5 4th Street. All we're looking at is the pathway of relocated sewer line from the house down to Grove Pond and an existing manhole and a sewer line.
Okay. So 9:30, so we don't get ourselves in trouble.
Okay.
I always forget commuting time. 9:30 work for you on Saturday morning?
Sounds wonderful, Mr. Chairman.
I'm not available, so I won't be there.
And yet you're writing it down. We'll see you at 9:30. And that's the 30th, right? Okay. We look forward to seeing you there at 9:30.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before he goes away. So you had updates?
Yes, I can give you some updates. So, see your agenda. Your 8:15 item, 45 Partridge Run, Lot 35.
That's Nick Mancini's.
Yes, the update I've received from Lori Scanlon at Powell, which I received today, is that everything is done there. They've been waiting for Mr. Mancini to call when it rains. Lori thinks that his water in the basement issue was due in part to having his basement window guard filling up with water and leaking in through the window. But as far as the developer and site contractor are concerned with respect to the order of conditions, they feel everything has been completed there.
Has Mr. Mancini weighed in on that?
I have not heard anything from him recently.
Okay.
It just has.
Yeah, well, let's see, I sent out letters to each of the 4 lots saying we might do a site walk on Saturday.
Okay.
And Mr. Mancini, when I went in today, had left a message yesterday morning. I did try to call him back and left my cell phone number. He has not called me back. But he had basically said, no new updates, still trying to get the process resolved. He was not ready to sign a certificate of compliance yet. He doesn't sign it, but he still has questions that he needed answered for his closing attorney. I don't know what that means. Is he selling or anything, or is
I
that
haven't
for his
heard.
purchase?
Can't imagine there's another reason to have a closing attorney unless you're closing.
Right, so he really didn't want us doing the site walk this weekend. But that was just from his message. So,
I always forget, which one is he? Is he
45.
45? I'll just cross that right off.
Okay. So we will not do anything on that one.
Well, considering that he would rather square it away first, and he probably had a hard time calling Lori after it rained because you would have to go back about 8 weeks to find a day when it actually did that, although did you guys get thunderstorms here?
Yeah.
For about
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Hey, still, it was more water than I would get by watering my lawn with new seed. So,
All
I
right,
was happy.
so that's one.
Okay, the next one, 272 Old Farm Road, Lot 50A. And the report I received from Lori Scanlon is that is all done.
Great. So that's one of the ones that, I can't remember, is this the one with the stones or the
That was the natural berm.
natural berm?
Yes.
So there is an actual berm in there? And,
Yes, that is complete. That's the report I've received, so we can look at that
and
on.
Scott has a, he had replied back to my letter saying we might do a sidewalk. He said it was fine with him, he'd be home.
Is that,
Scott has it.
he's lot 62?
Am I getting that wrong? Wait a minute.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
he's
no,
lot
Scott
58.
has it.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
he's
yep, you're correct.
272.
Don't mess with our Jess. All right,
Okay,
good.
so we can
272,
walk
so
that.
Yeah,
We'll pop by, so he's okay, he's amenable with a visit.
yes.
Okay. The next one, lot, is a 32 Deer Run, lot 88.
Duke's neighbors.
Yes, what's the report on that one?
This one is the one that was subject to the enforcement orders?
Yes. Yep. So from Lori at Powell, she said they're done, but it's whatever the commission is doing with your EOs, directly with the homeowner.
So we had questioned whether there was some additional clearing that had been done. I did bring along,
That's awesome.
isn't it?
I wouldn't open it now. It seems like the kind of thing you'd open on the sidewalk.
Okay, except at our last meeting you wanted them here, so.
Well, I certainly did. I would reserve the right to go back to them after our interviews and other things so that we don't drag ourselves out.
So that's the letter I sent her,
Excellent. No reply?
no reply. I do know since I sent all four out at the same time, since we've heard from Scott Pezza and Mr. Mancini, then
The mail worked?
the mail worked.
Sure. It was on that day.
Damn, I did put on the right postage.
I'm not sure I trust those forever stamps. Excellent. So we'll be apparently making a surprise visit, if you will. 37 Hemlock, the McCubbins.
The memo I got today from Lori on that one said, need an answer if they want signs or boulders.
All right, let's pull that one out.
You want to see the file?
Well, I'm figuring that whatever it is, it can probably be done tomorrow if it's boulders.
Okay, that one was 37. Yeah, our special condition on that one had said, special condition 52 would require boulders or a line of fencing, so we had put in the option for both.
Well, you'd hate to turn something back to somebody, but my guess would be that either boulders or fencing should go in. Didn't Rick have an opinion about that?
I thought we
Rather
had,
strong one?
I thought we had ultimately decided on signs because Takashi had given us the information on Groton signs.
So is Lori saying she wants the decision from us, not the homeowner?
She put, I got this late today, all it says is needs boulders or fence. Need an answer if they want, need an answer if they want signs or boulders. I'm sorry, I was looking at another lot. Need an answer if they want signs or boulders.
I thought that the discussion we had on signs was for lot 30-ish, 3029, is it right?
Yeah, we did for that one.
I don't know that we had reached
decided-
that point when we were discussing lot 62, if my memory serves correctly.
Our special condition had talked about a line of fencing.
Line of fence, yeah,
For
so.
boulders, so we, yeah.
So we consider that one undone, and I'll just direct Powell to follow the order of conditions.
Yeah. And that, I think then the decision on fencing or boulders was Roper's, Mr. Roper's.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I can't remember which side he came down on. Or what his preference was.
I don't remember what his preference was either, but I do remember he had a strong opinion. Do you happen to remember, Steve?
I think he.
I thought he didn't like the fence.
I don't think he liked the fence, and then he didn't like the boulders either because he was gonna have to go over the finished
Oh,
lawn.
I remember the appropriate
Yeah.
answer was neither, but that all withstanding, there it is.
I believe the way we left it was his choice, boulders or fencing. The condition said boulders or fencing, and unless you revisited the order with an advertising an amendment to the order of conditions and holding a hearing to change it, we were all going to go along with whatever the order said.
I think we're on the same page. So
Okay.
I would say that Lori should probably, I appreciate that Lori has the question, she should probably get back with Rick.
Okay.
So we'll hold that visit and the certificate pending the response and the installation.
So we're doing just 2 site visits on the 4 orders, the 4 certificates, 272 and then 32. You run.
The other question I have is, you've been holding certificates that you signed last fall pending the removal of the erosion control, which we couldn't do over the winter.
Well, you could have, you just wouldn't have enjoyed it.
We would have had to
Just
do
to
a
be
lot
fair.
of digging through the snow to find them. I received a report today from Lori that several of them have been removed, so I don't know if you want to check those out to confirm for yourselves on Saturday while we're there.
If you have the list of the sites that have been removed, we can go right from our 9:30 to those
Okay.
and save our 32 deer run for last.
I can tell you the lot numbers right now. I don't have the DEP file numbers, but they're lots 113, which is the one down on Fox Run Drive. Lot 87, which I believe is Duke Pointer's house. 56, 84, 34, which is next to Mr. Mancini's, 49A, 55, and 64. And those are all in the Hemlock Hickory vicinity.
Great. All right. Have you had any luck with any responses to Mr. Iliopoulos?
Nothing further.
Has he mentioned anything about the Chelmsford Fire Station to you?
No, he is not.
It used to be right in front of his building and they tore it down. So now he has a street view, whereas before he had the back of a firehouse view.
And where were we on the question of Mark Wetzel's question of removing the?
Oh yeah, so I was, you know what, let's talk about that on Saturday. So I drove by and for once didn't try and take a picture while I drove by, which is probably part of the reason I'm actually here. So at the very edge, I think it's after 84, number 84, on the side of the road, in an area that is clearly grown in, there are hay bales, or the remnants of hay bales and nylon strings that are through the hay bales. And what Mr. Wetzel was indicating was that that was getting caught up in his mowing equipment, and he wondered if that could be removed. And my feeling was, is if the nylon string went away, everything else would go away in its due course, and Mr. Wetzel wouldn't hit it with his mowing equipment. So,
You can look at that on Saturday as well.
easy peasy.
Sounds great.
All right.
We're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
You, sir?
Now, what went on Littleton Road where the Mass Highway culvert had to be cleaned a few years? I noticed it's full of water. Is the culvert plugged up again?
Daisheng Wang sent an inspection report recently on that, and he reported that if it's the one that had, I want to make sure I'm
Snake
at the
Hill
right
Road?
one. Are you on by Snake Hill Road, or are you on the one by Bennett's Crossing?
One further up.
Snake Hill.
Snake Hill?
I actually
Okay.
saw the state
Yeah.
highway department cleaning that out like a week ago.
Okay.
I drove by in the morning and they had some kind of pressure system that they were pushing down in, a hose or something they were pushing down in to try and blow it out.
Okay.
But you're right, because it had a lot of water. It has less water in it now than it did then, but it's clearly backed up in some way.
Yeah.
It's got to be plugged in some way. Because, I mean, there's no standing water right now anywhere. So it's surprising to see standing water there.
Yeah.
I know the other one where there had been sedimentation a couple of years ago. Beisheng just did a recent inspection on that, and I know he emailed me the report. I believe he sent it to the conservation address.
I'm sure it's there.
Waiting handily.
But he's continuing to inspect any area that could potentially contribute to any runoff or sedimentation towards a resource area. So all of the Phase 5 that's under construction right now, for example.
That's hickory or hemlock?
That's a Holly Ridge, Phase 5.
Hemlock's the new one that you keep screwing up.
It's going to be first one, second one, third one. Just, I give.
Originally, the streets all had letter names, A through K.
Right.
I still think of them that way. I have to translate in my head.
I think you would. Okay. Mr. Mullany, do you have anything else for us that we can help you with?
That's it for this evening, and I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you very much, sir. See you at 9:30.
Bring the sunscreen.
Is it going to be sunny on Saturday?
Sunny and hot.
And
That's great.
watch out for those ticks.
Yes.
They were out.
Have a good evening.
Thank you, you as well. Now, no one comes into our meeting and sits and waits unless they're an applicant, so you must be Michelle.
Yes, I am.
Please come up.
Thank you.
And by no one, I mean no one.
Well, no. We have had somebody visiting all our meetings, but they must be away.
We do occasionally have a Mike Anuda, who's a resident in town, that he comes and sits in and listens to our meetings, but other than that, it's very nice to meet you.
Same here. Very nice to meet you all.
So, Michelle, so I read through this back a few weeks ago, and I haven't had a chance to, when it came in, and I didn't have a chance to look at it today. So, tell us a little bit about your career. It says you've been a conservation administrator. Where were you performing that task?
I've done it in Stoughton, in Mansfield, and in Middleton.
Wow. Not all from Drake, I hope.
No. It's when I lived in the South Shore.
I was going to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tough ride.
Yes. But I was an agent in Franklin when I lived in Drake. And so that wasn't, but that was part-time. And actually Middleton was part-time too, because I went back to school to get my degree in public administration.
Excellent.
And that was very quick because I already have a degree, so they pushed me right through in a year and a half. And it was online with Southern New Hampshire University, which is a great, innovative online program.
Interesting. Well,
but I've worked in engineering firms also. So I come from both sides of the fence. I have my PWS, my Professional Wetland Scientist degree certification, and I'm a soil scientist also. And
that's where. You worked for Kohler and Colantonio in 1998.
I did.
So I worked for Sprint PCS in 1995, and so Wade, he's over at AEG now. Oh, that's gonna bug me.
Not Matt Long.
No, he came after.
John.
I want to say Chris, but I don't think.
Chris.
I just saw him at the last NEWA thing, and I bought him a beer because I couldn't remember his name.
It'll come.
Makes
to you.
sense, right? Oh, that's awful.
It'll come to you.
No, and it was. I'm trying to remember the fellow who was in charge at the time.
Well,
On the telecommunications side.
Oh gosh, on the telecommunications side.
Yes, we were doing all the wireless work. You guys were out doing 3 surveys for every site.
Yep.
We were going crazy for a while there.
Yes.
A lot of work right outside of 495.
Yep. It's a small world, isn't it?
It is. It is. Anyway, so although I never met you at Rizzo Associates, no, I would swear that I remember seeing your name on delineations.
Yeah, you probably did.
And I think you did the delineation for the project that we did in begins with an H.
We're just having senior moment
I-
after senior moment.
this
Well, it
has
was a
been
long
a
time
horror-
ago. It was a long
No, it's
time.
been a horrific 2 months.
It was a while ago too.
Right
I mean,
after
I
Bird's
can't
Way.
remember some stuff back then.
You know where there's a Not Your Average Joe's across the street from a bagel place, and the tower that we did was right on the edge of right
Yeah.
behind the bagel place.
Right.
No, I know you delineated it.
Yes.
I remember it.
Yep.
Isn't that funny?
It is. Yep.
Anyway, so clearly you've been a conservation administrator for a very long time in a lot of different places.
Yes, I have. In Mansfield, there was a big budget cut, or I'd still be there.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And that was around 2006, and my hours were put down to 19, and I couldn't survive at that time on 19 hours.
Sure.
So I had to find another job, but I'd still be there because that was a great town to work in.
So we are only able to offer 19
Yes.
right now. Does that fit in with?
That does. Right now, it does.
Okay.
Hmm.
No, it just seems like a good thing to ask. I see
Sure.
you are presently the senior wetland scientist at Wetlands and Wildlife.
And that's my own little firm.
I figured.
Yes. And I've never worked in air. I've never done any work in air.
Really?
Hmm. Most of my work is still on the South Shore for my company, my little company.
Well, we'll be a nice stop on the way south.
Yes, right.
So I'm assuming, but it's best to ask, you have no issues doing wetland vegetation flagging or soil review?
Not at all.
No, just
Not at all.
I'm saying these things out loud because if I
Yes.
don't, then later on we'll
Are-
say,
are you
did we ask
talking-
her about flagging?
Are you talking about reviewing flags or for the town?
Oh, you have to
Rev-
do every applicant, you have to do all their flags.
Oh,
No,
you
she's,
do?
She's kidding. She's
Oh no,
kidding.
she's kidding. Yeah.
This is not the time.
Well, that would be great. I love being out in the field. No,
Yeah.
no, that's not true, right?
It
Because
is
that'd
not
be a little
remotely true.
conflict of interest. But
We're just checking out your sense of humor.
yeah, no, I have a good sense of humor. Believe me.
No, the idea is that, so we have two basic applications. We have a commercial application, if you will, where someone comes in, like
I read
Steve-
your bylaw. Yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm, that's okay, but
where,
go ahead.
Where folks come in and for the commercial application, a wetland scientist does the flagging. We go out and review it.
Yep.
We expect that they have all the information about everything that needs to happen.
Yep.
And quite frankly, if they don't have things, we'll put them off until they can deliver those things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then we have our homeowners. And so we try to, if they call up and they ask if you can come look at their backyard because they want to do a deck and it fits in your schedule, we ask that you pop by their house and you say, no, that's the wetland 10 feet from your backyard. That's a big deal.
Yes.
Or you say, you know what, that's not actually a wetland, that's not
I'm
gonna be a
very.
problem.
I've done that many times. Yeah.
So we,
Not a problem.
back when the position was created in 2007, one of the main reasons was to provide someone who could help the average person in town who was uncomfortable with the process
Yes.
and might need some assistance to figure out what they needed to do. And
Mhm.
we wanted to say, we have an option. You can come in and ask instead of people saying, geez, those people are difficult to deal with.
Yes. Right.
We'll just do what we want.
Yes. Right.
So that's really important to us, and I think so. Becky was our first administrator, and she was here for a long time, and I know she got an awful
7
lot of
years.
those calls.
Yeah.
Yes, I've gotten a lot of those calls in towns too. I mean, that we're public servants. That's our job, and especially for homeowners. Especially for homeowners,
Well, it's just one of those things
not
where
commercial
if they don't,
development. Homeowners.
if they don't have someone to turn to,
That's right.
then they're going to potentially make it up as they go.
Yes,
And we'd prefer if they had some kind of professional advice.
I've dealt with many enforcement issues with homeowners and with commercial development.
So we've had a couple of those ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We presently have 2 properties where DEP is monitoring due to an enforcement order that we had to push to the state
Yes.
because we just could not get through to the particular developers. Since then, their performance has been improved, and so there's some review of those situations as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask folks if they have questions. So, Jess.
So when you're working as an agent for some of the other towns, have you done all the paperwork, like issuing the orders and
Yes, I've done
mailing them?
all the nuts and bolts, from agendas to public
Yeah.
hearing notices. I've done it all. Writing the order conditions, writing the negative determinations, writing the ANRADs. You know, yes, I've done all that.
I think Jess was concerned that you had an administrator or an administrative
Yeah.
assistant who did those things for you.
I've had that too.
Takashi has that.
What's that?
Do you really?
That. Don't you at Groton, in Groton?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I thought you did.
The town hall's too small.
Oh, you're on the, what is he?
So Takashi's the administrator.
I work for the town of Groton.
Yes, that's where I know you from, because I recognized your name. Not that I haven't done work in Groton for a long time, but I keep up with, you know, the agents and
Sure,
where they
sure,
are. And I
yeah.
think I've seen you at like, some of the conferences or something.
Probably.
Yes, okay.
I tend to show up.
Well, I'm on the commission in Drake it, so
There you are.
just giving some time back, you know, that's all.
Anything more, Jess?
That's it for me, George.
One of our big issues is construction monitoring.
Yes,
Gentleman who was in before, his project has required a lot of it,
okay.
and we have a couple other large projects that have required it. So have you had a lot of experience with that sort of thing?
Yes, I have. I've monitored large projects, schools that were being built, large facilities that were being built, homeowners, even subdivision houses that were being built. Yes, I have a lot of that experience.
How many contractors have you beat up?
None. I'm nice to work with. I mean, I'm firm, but I'm nice. And I think that's the way you get things, you know, accomplished, is being nice, professional, and firm.
It's been complicated. You know, in some of those cases, we probably gave the benefit of the doubt for about 2 enforcement orders too many. And then at that point, being a part-time commission with a part-time administrator, we turned it over to Mr. Bellino.
Yep.
And he came in and
Joe, I know Joe.
let
Yep.
everybody know what things were going to be,
Yep.
which was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, clearly, we would prefer to be able to work with them to make changes before they get so far out of it that we have to turn it over to the state. That was very disappointing for us.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because Becky wasn't going out and doing the visits. In these cases, it was just repeated.
Yeah, and
violations.
some people don't, you know, they don't care and they don't.
Speed is money.
That's right, exactly. And I know in Middleton, we took people to court, and we had the backing of the town manager there. And I was part-time, but you know, we had a landscaper that was dumping everything right in the wetlands. All his stuff all these jobs he did, he dumped in the wetlands. Then there was a site that I went on. Oh my God, there were 1 million tires. It's right off of Route 114. 1 billion tires. I never saw anything in my life.
Oh my.
And shredded, even like 5 feet of shredded on top of millions of tires. And nobody.
It's funny.
Nobody knew about it.
We had that. So please continue your story. And then
Well, you know, I got mosquito control involved because
oh right.
you know, these tires were collecting water. But anyway, the state took it over. And not only the state, but EPA and a lot of other people. The
Holy
Army Corps.
smokes.
The Army Corps.
Wow.
Everybody got after. I don't know what it's like now. I know the agent there, but I haven't talked to her in a couple of years. But I never saw anything like it.
Well, ours was an actual processing company who was taking tires, chewing them up, and then using the chips to ship out. They were being used in whether they were used combined in pavement or in other industrial
exactly.
processes. Now, the interesting part is that there was a period where they were combining those in pavement, and then apparently it wasn't working. The pavement wasn't as rugged as they had hoped it was, and I think that was a big part of a slowdown in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
But chewing up tires and making them go away is apparently big money. And for our particular company, they had no stormwater. And so eventually all their piles of tire pieces ended up down in a wetland below them, which then had to be cleared out. And it was very tricky. And the actual business then reached out to, was it Senator Kerry at the time? Reached out in any way they could to be, hey, we're being picked on here. And, but
Is that one of the
DEP.
ones that you gave to DEP?
It was the very first one we got to give to DEP.
Yeah, right,
Very first one.
yeah.
We continued after that. There's that's a small file. Anyway, but the long and the short of it was that we had to do what we had to do to make sure that these folks were doing what they were supposed to do.
Mm-hmm,
So,
that's good.
Takashi, do you have any questions for Michelle?
Not really. Your resume is very strong, speaks for itself. You have all the kind of requisite technical knowledge that we would hope to find in a candidate. You have experience. I really have no doubt that you could come in and basically
Start the first day.
pick up the
No
job
problem.
without
Yep,
needing much of a curve, other than just office orientation, that kind of thing, which fortunately Jess can provide that sort of thing.
And be more thrilled than you would imagine.
Yeah, I actually have never seen the office space that we have.
You really?
I've never been up there. Yeah, so.
You give tours?
now, you're the clerk, or,
Well, I'm on
You
the
take-
commission.
you take minutes for the commission?
I'm a commissioner.
You're a commissioner, and,
When I came on, Takashi was the
Yeah.
clerk, but we're a commission, we've always had the minutes taken by one of us.
I've never seen that title
Yeah.
given to that. I mean, I've never seen that.
Interesting.
So
Yeah.
it was new to me. I thought maybe you worked in another department and helped out.
No, I'm a commissioner.
That's good.
We all
Takashi
suffer in
used
our
to
own
do
way.
that.
But you changed, you changed jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
given that it's limited to 19 hours, that you wouldn't be responsible for doing the minutes.
Mhm. I have in a part-time position, so.
And Takashi really doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want the job back.
Yes, right.
So,
Yeah.
Um,
But it's a lot of work anyway, part-time, being an agent. It's a lot, and especially when I look at this and what I did in Middleton. Because in Middleton, I had a clerk. What I don't have on my resume, I don't think, is Manchester by the Sea, because I was in.
it's on here.
Inter-
2009,
yeah.
2010.
Yeah, I was there while they were looking for an agent. The town manager, I didn't even know him, but he called me and asked me if I would be, part-time there too when I was in Middleton. So I did, and I did everything there. And, it was, that was good. That was my second experience with doing that, and it was good.
okay.
The bad thing there was there were abutters that came in all the time. Every project. And I said, so they offered me the job, full-time job, and I'm like, no, thank you. Because that's tough when abutters are always in your office.
Well, that's and so
I've never had that in any other town.
we don't have. So it would be unfair to say that we don't have a public response.
Mm-hmm.
We have definitely had a public response to some of the trickier, larger
Sure.
projects.
Absolutely.
We don't really get a whole lot of. Well, I think we've had in 10 or 11 years, we've had one real, true, honest to goodness NIMBY case, and it was recent, where an applicant lost their ability to do their project based on the neighbors. I don't think we've had any others.
And that house is going up. It was a house that was being raised and rebuilt, and one of the abutters really didn't like it. And people who were going to do this, their purchase of the house was conditional on being able to
Mm-hmm.
have the plans go forward. We issued an order of conditions, and they appealed it. And DEP supported us, and then they were going to take that to court. So the people who were going to buy it backed out.
Mm-hmm.
It was then sold to somebody else who made a very slight modification, a little bit bigger house, but a little narrower. No problem.
That's good.
It was it was good that it went through. I guess it was disappointing to us that it was contested, and it made it appear that something that had happened with the wetland regulations was inappropriate. It wasn't anything like that at all. It was
Mhm.
pure preference.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to look it up. The town I was thinking of was Hanover. It was Route 53 where it comes into Hanover. And there was a Bruker's Bagels
Over.
right
Yes.
across the street from a Joe's American Bar and Grill. And there was a tower there. We took the tower down, put a monopole up, and I was home for the birth of my second son. And one of my guys called me and said, hey, got a minute? And I said, I'm home. We weren't supposed to call me unless it was an emergency. And he says, yeah, we got a cease and desist. We put the monopole up, and then we got a cease and desist.
Was Janine Delaney working there then?
I can't remember.
Yeah, because
I
it
can't
sounds
remember
like
who we were
her.
working with. Actually, Patty.
Not Gentiloma.
No, she married Patrick Barry.
Yes, that's her. She used to.
It wasn't her last name. Gentiloma?
Yeah, I think that was. Patty.
Patty. Anyway,
Yeah.
she was
I
the
know
other.
Patty,
She was
yeah.
the other scientist who used to go
Yes.
on walks with us.
Yes.
And-
She's now an agent.
Is she now?
Yeah, she was.
She was working in Wellesley. Actually, he took a job. I think they're in Atlanta.
They're out of state now. Yes, she was in Wellesley, and then she was part time somewhere, and then they moved out of state.
Yeah,
Right.
he took a full-time job with American Tower as director
Yeah, I
of
think
engineering.
that was her last name.
Boy, that's going to drive me crazy. I'll look that up later. That, and I can't remember the guy who was he was the fishing lure guy. Oh, that bugs me. Picture him like it was yesterday. Can't remember his name. What? Anyway. So, do you have any questions for us?
The only questions I have is your agent was used. Now, where's Becky at? When did she leave?
December
Okay.
Feels like about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
or 4.
So you've had an agent. You haven't had an agent for 3 years.
No,
No.
it feels like 2 or 3 years. It was just back in
Oh.
just back in December.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Wednesday and Friday, is that written in stone or?
Absolutely not. So,
Okay.
So part of so we were thrilled. Excuse me, we were thrilled because during a town meeting we had indicated that it would be difficult to find someone who, for 15 hours a week. 15 was just such a incomplete kind of position.
Yep.
And so we were able to modify it so we can do 19 hours a week.
Mhm.
So we have 19 hours a week of salary.
Yep.
You would assume that every other week involves a 3-hour meeting
Yep.
and potential site visits on Saturday.
Right.
So you're still looking at 10 to 15 hours a week in the office.
Yes.
And so you can pick your days,
Okay.
and as long as the hours are posted,
Yes.
we can post them on the website, post them on a sign outside the door, etc.
Absolutely.
And then the other hours,
They'd be consistent too. The
that
same.
would be the idea.
Yes. Right.
And then the other hours, the idea would be that you wouldn't have office hours, and if you had projects and things you had to get done, then that's when you would do your site visits, etc. And unless something was simple, I would have no problem, and I don't know if Takashi runs into this, but I'd have no problem if you said to someone, my office hours are Tuesday and Wednesday, today's Thursday, I'm tidying up projects, can you come back on Tuesday or Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
So, not that that always works or is easy, but it's if you were in the middle of stuff and you had to get it done, then those would be the days you would have dedicated office hours and you would have other hours to yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Becky had a total of 8 hours posted for public.
Mm-hmm.
2 4-hour days,
Yeah,
and that way
and then the rest of
she was
the hours
dedicated
were
to be in for those hours.
not
Usually,
technically-
usually what I've done for part-time is I'm in the morning or the afternoon.
Sure.
Yeah, both days or whatever it turns out to be. I would have hours for the public on both days, certain amount.
So just because logistics seem to be a hardship for folks, does this fit in with your other work?
Yeah, I think probably Tuesdays and Thursdays, the nights of the meetings would be best for me.
Right?
It makes sense because I'm here if applicants need to come and talk to me the day of the meeting, I'm in,
Like
kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then, go ahead. I was just going to say, and with 19 hours, you'd even, you'd be able to have that third day for yourself in the office,
Mhm.
whatever was, most helpful to you.
Yeah.
Does 19 hours appeal to you? Do you look for less hours or more hours?
No, I look for 19 hours.
Okay.
That'd be great.
It's crucial to mention
Yep.
that we absolutely cannot go to 20 hours, and the reason is that the process that started back in 2007 was that this position would have no benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's a 19-hour and not a 20-hour.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand
Well,
the 19 to 20.
We're disappointed by it. It
I'm
was,
sure. Yeah.
it would be great if we could offer that.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we just learned, and none of us knew anything about, was I had it in my phone.
Deferred payment, you do have to make a contribution
Deferred
to
compensation.
the deferred compensation to their retirement.
Oh, I
fund.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it 7%?
With 7.5%, but that, I think that it shifts. I think it gets determined by personnel.
It does.
If you have other municipal obligations.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. But yes, you're right. I've worked I've worked 19 hours in Franklin and in Middleton, so I know.
19 and a half, 19 and 3/4, but that's it.
Yeah, well, in Franklin, I was working really hard. I did all the research. I put together a PowerPoint presentation for an anaerobic digester. The town manager wanted it. Several selectmen, several zoning board wanted it. The town planner wanted it. It would be the first one in the state of Massachusetts, the first town. It would have gave them most of all their electricity for the town hall and all the town departments.
That's pretty incredible.
We went to Western Mass and looked at one, and we went to Michigan and looked at one. We flew to Michigan for 2 days and looked at one, and it was really great. One person who lived nowhere near where the digester was going on town land stopped the whole project.
That's very sad.
It is sad. And none of the selectmen stood up for it, and I've been a selectman. I would have put her right in her place, but none of them did, and I was so disappointed. But anyway,
You still have the PowerPoint?
so I did several weeks of 30 hours. And the town manager approved it because it took a lot of research and a lot of, putting together stuff to make the zoning board turn around, and they did, but this one neighbor just,
Non-neighbor.
non-neighbor,
Very disappointing.
one resident, yeah. So I understand the situation.
Well, I'm glad because when we started this, we were focused on making sure that we could get the hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's written down somewhere. What was the per hour salary? I want to say it's 23.
Well, we advertised it at $23.72.
Yes.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
And as of July 1st, it goes up 2% because it's a union
Yes.
position. So I think that takes it up to 24 something.
Mhm.
2%.
Mm-hmm.
So we were most concerned about hours. We were most concerned about salary. We knew nothing about the deferred compensation. Well, we didn't, because we were talking about it. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
We do have occasional Saturday site walks,
Yes,
as you
you
heard. Is
said
that
that.
something that
That's
works
fine.
for you?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. And they're a lot of fun.
Yep.
If you ask, we can force the applicants to bring donuts. It's not any problem. I don't have any problem asking. I don't have any problem telling them that they do that. We are, as you can tell, it's fairly quiet most of the time, but we do get an awful lot of applications because we have a lot of construction in the town.
Mm-hmm.
We have although frankly, looking at the map, I don't know where the next project would possibly go. A lot of the open space has been taken. Most of the projects we'll probably see coming forward are industrial.
Mm-hmm.
We have one right now for our Catania Spagna. They're adding some railroad tracks beside their building as they expand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always nice. But that's pretty much that's in a nutshell. Did I miss anything? George is the joker of the group, but I
Quiet joker, but he does come out with singers. Very mildly delivered.
did I miss anything that you would say?
Computer,
Oh, yeps, I know. Yep. Macs and everything else. Microsoft, yeah.
Just in the interest of full disclosure, your office space is very small.
Whoa, that's not appropriate.
we could
Your
take
office
a
space
tour.
is cozy, is the word you were going to use.
It's okay.
It's on the third floor.
No, you take the brooms out, you sit down inside, and
You're right.
We could take a tour. If you want to go take a look.
It's actually,
I could use a tour, yeah, I haven't seen it
How long have you been on the commission?
since 2006.
Wow.
I've never seen the office.
Wow. Really? Huh.
the long and the short of it is that.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's not a very big room, but it's broken up into two halves. The director of economic development, thank you,
And community development.
Mhm.
all on one side.
Yep.
And then there's a desk in the front.
Yep.
So you are the first shining face that folks see when they come walking in the door. And then there's a space behind, which had previously been desk space for the zoning and planning board administrator.
Mhm.
She is no longer there or in that position, and I think it's probably about time we start fighting for that spot. But that's a different discussion.
Yes. I'd say that the office area does have,
Yeah, so see, look how roomy that is.
yeah.
See, there's
dog
room
and-
for a dog
and
flumped
two
out on the
dog
floor,
toys.
several toys. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A dog-friendly place, huh?
Well,
Is that your
probably
dog?
not.
I don't have a dog, but I've been in town halls where people brought their dogs in.
yes, and actually somebody was in talking to community development, I think about a loan, so she actually was over there giving aid and comfort.
Giving assistance, sure, naturally.
Just letting, you can pet me, I think it'll make you feel better.
So do you have any questions for us, Michelle?
Is that the same dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, it's very
gosh.
different sitting up.
Yeah.
I was noticing the same thing, the hair.
No, that was
thing's
the only
different.
question I had about the days of the week. Otherwise, I know all the ropes and.
What's your availability?
My availability is any days. It's 2 days or 3 days?
Oh, I think Jess meant in the near future.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Immediately?
We have 19 hours. You could break them up any way you wanted.
Okay,
The
yeah.
idea being that you would set aside, I think, 8 hours to 4 hour periods for public comment is probably best.
Yeah.
You will clearly be interrupted in other times, but the
Yeah.
idea being that you have dedicated office hours, and if you
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hmm.
needed to tell people to come back, I'm happy to handle all those complaints.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can handle them.
No, they'll go to the town administrator. That's okay.
There are some
But-
people that will go on, and I think Becky did have trouble on occasion saying, okay, I've told you this, I need to now go to do something else. But
One of the things that we
she could be
said,
too nice.
one of the things we said to Becky and have said to Jess is, if someone is straining your patience, then feel free to say, well, that really needs to come up before the commission. Can I put you on our
Yes.
agenda?
Hmm. Yes.
And if they say, no, I just want to talk about it with you, say, well, I've got to the end of the part of what I can do.
Yeah.
It seems like this is an agenda item for the commission,
Hmm.
and feel free to cut it off right there.
So you still have a lot of stuff to talk about?
Well,
Yeah.
we do. Actually, we have,
Public hearing coming in. Okay.
well, no, it's our continuation and our sign-off. It's actually the very end.
Mm.
But I don't want to tie you up, because it is 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's okay.
So what I would love to do is, we would like to probably have a final discussion and get back to you in the near
Okay.
future, if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Email address, I'm assuming, is best.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And should I ask what MG Ski stands for?
My first name, my last name, and I'm a ski bum.
That's what I figured. Okay.
And Jess, have you been to Garden in the Woods for any of the classes there?
No, I haven't.
You look so familiar to me. I don't know.
I must look like some Hollywood star.
Yes, perhaps.
Do you do Garden in the Woods?
I
Or
do.
you-
Well, I have to take classes to keep up my PWS and my.
Sure.
I'm a CWS too, a certified wetland scientist. But it's like you take the same classes over and over. I mean, you either are a wetland scientist or you're not. And so
I just wondered, Garden in the Woods is near where
it's
I grew
beautiful.
up. It is. It's very pretty
It's
there.
very nice. Yeah, and I'm a member because I have a great garden at my house and flower garden and vegetable garden. But they have a plant sale for members only.
Really?
And I mean, you can get everything from, Jack in the Pulpit to Trillium to all the stuff that you can't buy at a regular
Interesting.
garden shop. So it's
Well-
worth going.
Thank you very much for coming in and meeting us.
It was very nice to meet you
Nice to
all.
meet you,
Thank
Michelle.
you so much.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
All right, 9 o'clock, Catania Spagna. Do we have anything more to talk about this?
Sort of.
Did they have comments?
They had 2 comments that I got today.
Did they?
Well, one of
We
them
were way
actually-
nice.
We were. One of them makes sense. Special condition 46 pertains to no direct discharge of stormwater to wetlands. They suggest adding, except as shown on the approved plans, because.
I disagree. It's not stormwater if it comes off their roof. Is there a
No,
definition
I think
difference
it's
between
because
stormwater
it's
and
that-
rainwater?
No, it's that pipe system that's discharging to the settling area. And I think special condition 46.
But the settling area that's right into the wetlands, but that's just roof water, nothing else, just roof water.
Okay,
Am I forgetting something?
okay.
Wasn't that pure roof water, not
Yes.
stormwater, which I think of
Okay.
pavement?
Right, so,
Clean versus.
Clean
So you
versus potentially polluted.
Right.
Is anybody? Am I off the mark here? Wasn't that the whole reason we said it was okay to shoot it right into the wetland because it was coming off the roof?
roof rack, yeah.
So what was the question again?
No direct discharge. I do not propose direct discharge as I have a settling area prior to the wetland. I disagree. However, maybe we should add except as shown on the approved plan so it can't be misconstrued at a later date.
So, are we talking about that?
Going under the
Going
tracks.
going under the tracks,
Right.
pipe goes under the tracks,
Basically
hits
right
the
up to the
stone,
wetland.
right, hits the stone at the
Yeah,
wetland.
and he called it a
He's saying that's
wetland.
not direct discharge. He's saying that he
Yeah.
has a settling area. I have a hard time with the use of the term settling area. What it really is it's a rumble strip for roof water. I don't know. So I guess I am comfortable saying that where he says no direct discharge of stormwater wetlands except as shown on the approved plans, I have no problem referencing the settling area. I don't want there to be later any misunderstanding. We're not approving direct discharge of stormwater to any wetlands anywhere. Am I
Yeah.
off the mark?
No, I don't think so.
This time.
That was implied.
So, how would we word that on the,
Well, I'm just thinking.
yeah. And you can look at the actual wording of the current condition.
Well, it does. I guess in a way, that's not the right one.
If I have it.
It's not land tech.
No, I don't have that. I have the,
Oh, do you want the whole file?
Do you happen to have it in front of you? How about that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have the, this part of it, not the one.
Okay. So, here is your proposed drainage easement. That's where your rumble strip goes. So you've got between 20 and 30 feet of stone with a level spreader at the end, which is a piece of concrete. And all that comes off of there is from the roof drain. There's no other discharge shown on the plan.
And that's the only thing they mentioned in their narrative as well.
There's no other discharge.
Right.
So
Clean roof
interestingly,
runoff.
Unless you want to look. So interestingly, what we're essentially fighting about, discussing, is a non-entity. They're not proposing it. We're saying we're against it. So the real discussion is whether the term stormwater from a parking lot or stormwater from a roof drain are different things.
I would say they're the same thing.
Ooh. Counterpoint?
I agree with you.
Damn it. So,
They both fall under the
I'm bringing my gavel next week.
stormwater management regs. So
I guess.
from an engineering standpoint, you would be correct. They're different. You could handle them differently. You should handle them differently.
I would hope you would handle them differently.
because they're different. But
Well, I mean, could there be materials on the rooftop that we don't want to end up in the wetland? Sure, absolutely. Is it less likely being that it's a rooftop? Most definitely. So, I guess at this point, what he's saying is he doesn't like the expression "no direct discharge to the stormwater of stormwater to wetlands," unless it's like he's saying, except as shown in the approved plans. I'm tempted to change the, since we're going to have to change the condition anyway.
Mhm.
I'm tempted to say no direct discharge of roof water to wetlands, except as shown on the approved. Do any of you have an issue with his note, except as shown in the approved plans?
No.
So what he's saying, when he says, except as shown on the approved plans, he's stating that their design does show direct discharge?
Well, that's what he's saying, right? He's saying that it does. He says, I'm not proposing direct discharge because I have a settling area, but I'd like to say, except as shown in the approved plan, so no one could misunderstand or misconstrue this at a later date. I just don't like that we're saying no direct discharge of stormwater is approved.
Right.
And I'm quibbling, over the distinction between stormwater and roof drain, the water that comes off of the roof.
That condition, which you can see right there in that thing, also,
Just keep pointing at it, just trying to get me to open it up.
but also the last line of it says something about perimeter drains not discharging within 25 feet of the wetland. And with that,
Oh, they're way farther away than that.
yeah. Mhm. Well,
Much, much farther than 25 feet.
But so that wouldn't refer to the pipe that's going down to the settling area?
No, so
Okay.
so a perimeter drain is the foundation drain.
Okay,
So if you had a house on a hill,
got it,
like yours,
yeah.
you might have a perimeter drain,
Whether
That-
it works or not, it's a different
whether
Right.
whether it does the job or not. And you wouldn't want that to come out within, say, 25 feet of a resource.
Right.
All right, so did he send you this?
No, I made that change
I
just
gotcha.
for us to take a look at, so.
You know what, let's just go ahead and make the change, except as shown on the approved plans.
As is, and not put in, do you want to put in the no direct discharge of roof water? Or do you just want to leave
No.
it like that?
No, let's just leave it as no direct discharge of stormwater runoff except as shown in the approved plans. If we can't come to an agreement on the distinction, if there's no distinct definition or term that separates roof water from roof stormwater, then
Okay. Now, then there is his other point about condition 33, sodium.
prohibit de-icing with sodium chloride. Prefer not to have this condition as we are not proposing any new paved areas. Except they have a big parking lot and they probably use salt on it. So I'm assuming they use sodium chloride. However, the only discharge that goes anywhere near the wetland is from the roof water, or the storm water from the roof. The storm water from the parking lot ends up in the same gully it's always ended up in, which then takes it down and carries it across before it gets to the wetland. I don't know that it's appropriate to ask them to change the way that they're doing it, and I don't know that they'd have another option. Thoughts?
I agree.
So why don't we strike under 33?
Okay.
Why don't we strike number 59? Why are these out of order? Under number 33, it says 25, notification of new owners. 53, regarding limit of work. 59, prohibition of sodium chloride.
Right.
Are those other... Is there a 59 in here?
Yep.
There you go.
So strike 59 and then adjust 33.
Yes. Okay. So does that mean we would sign it at our next meeting, or do we want to sign it based on the fact that the changes we made in here? Anybody have any reason not to?
Yeah.
You, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
George!
Okay. You pass the sign-off sheet and we're...
I think we have to vote though.
No, we already voted, so the only thing that would be different, so we've discussed the order of conditions, and so all we would do is at that would be to vote to close the hearing, because you've already voted to issue the order of conditions.
Okay. I would direct your attention to email that
Okay.
David Marr received from Chris Hillman, Selectman Hillman.
I did see that, but I don't think it applies to this, because I don't think it was Catania Spagna.
Yeah.
Has anybody been down there recently?
Yeah.
Was it these guys who cut it?
I didn't see any cutting.
I did, you know, where you go down Nemco Way and go past the building, right next to the building, it sloped up. It looked like a bunch of trees were taken down.
They said they were gonna cut trees.
Yeah, but I thought they were saying that was on closer to Westford Road, but I might be wrong on that.
Yeah, I remember the idea was
Yeah.
if this is the building, here's Westford Road, you come
Yeah.
down the road here to come into their parking lot. The trees they pointed out were here, the ones that were leaning toward the building, right? The big pine trees.
Right.
Those the trees that Chris is talking
And we had
about?
told them some of those trees were non-jurisdictional, so.
That's what we thought, yeah.
Yeah, so,
Well, they were above that pond,
okay.
remember? And we said, well, they're tipped toward the building.
Well, we do need to go into that area because we had also said we would go look at the Ardent Mills area where they want to do the brush clearing on Saturday.
I actually went by there.
Ardent Mills?
Yeah, I went there with Noah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We can go back. I took a peek at it.
Yeah.
It's nasty brush in there, and there's a pretty good expanse between where it just depends. Really, what it depends on is where they want to cut. If they tell us where they want to cut, then that's one thing. If they just want to clear cut the whole area, that's no good.
Yeah. Well, you had given us that drawing.
Well, we're already going to be out till 2 o'clock. We might as well go on Saturday.
Won't be till 2. So he just wanted to know about what time. So if we were doing Pingree Hill, 9:30, 10:30, 11.
Who's being the optimist now? So we're going to go visit the people on 4th Street. It's going to take about a half an hour.
Right.
At the most. Right?
Almost.
And then we're meeting Steve at 9:30.
For the COC.
Right? We've got 2 sites to walk, right?
272 is just looking at the
Natural berm,
the natural berm, and then 32 is the
disaster.
right. And then we were just going to take a peek at the erosion control area on 2A.
And also his
And then all the
9:30. He had a 9:30 visit for the certificate of compliance on 2A.
right.
So erosion control on 2A, the house on 2A, the natural berm, the surprise visit, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lots.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's noon, easy.
Yeah, that one, all we're looking at is the removal of the erosion controls.
I know.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to do, Mr. Chair?
At this point, we're already out and about. Might as well go visit
Okay.
this guy.
So, suggestion for a time to give him? We always could do this at like 8:30 and do it before.
I don't have any problem with that. I don't know if we can sign George up for it.
It's the three of us, I think, so I'm good with it. George?
Well, the other option is we can do it at, well, sadly, it's probably better to do it at 8:30.
Okay.
Should only take us about 15 minutes, and if he's already clear cut, it'll just take us a few minutes to give him a cease and desist and leave, so.
Alrighty.
By the way, did you know that tomorrow is John F. Kennedy's birthday?
Now we do.
My iPhone tells me so, it must be true.
Alright, so I should get that file back. Gimme.
Alright, so. So 8:30 at, I'm just gonna put Catania Spiny so I remember.
Okay.
So if I'm on the other side of the parking lot, just yell.
Okay.
So we meet at Tanya or Arden?
No, we meet at Ardent. I'm putting Catania Spiny so I'll remember where the hell to go, because if I write down Ardent, it'll be Saturday morning, I'll be going, what? All right. So, since we started on this and then broke into Ardent, let's talk about let's close our public hearing. Close our public hearing for DEP file number 100-0383. We are saying that we will accept the 2 changes to the order of conditions, issue those as revised, and I would accept a motion to close that public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So this public hearing is closed.
Okay.
Okay. So far we're cleaning stuff up. Office updates. You said you had a whole bunch.
I do. So 8 Amandry Way. It's the couple, they bought the house, moved in December. Becky went out to their property before they bought it because they wanted to do all these things. So then they called back this spring, wanted to put in a retaining wall, level out, and all
Right.
that. At our advice, they had to come up with a plan. They had David E. Ross come out. He said, oh, that's a really big job. So now they're backtracked. So he wants to cut down a bunch of trees on the side of the property that are leaning toward the house. And then there is a rotting retaining wall sort of in the backyard that they also would like to take out.
Okay.
Sort of grade
So-
down.
So Because I'm sensing how this worked as you stood in the office. So I'm assuming they've put something together on a plan to file an RDA?
No, so the question, here's the question, was, I did go out and take a look and take some photos. For the trees, they're comfortable leaving the stumps in, so do they need to do an RDA for that?
Where are they relating to the wetland?
Okay.
Did David E. Ross flag the wetland for them?
No.
I see, so we don't know where they are relating to the wetland.
Well, hold on. So, okay. It's the first house they've ever had, so. The, Becky had no problem with them taking down these trees either. But,
You're making that up.
so, here's the house. This particular tree is leaning especially toward the house.
Sure.
And then some of the smaller ones further back in the winter, they find the branches are scraping the house.
Okay, so where are the wetlands?
Well, okay,
Is that them behind?
over here, yeah,
Okay, and the trees that they want to cut are over here.
yeah. Now, I think there actually are some wetlands over here too.
Okay. I noticed you got a lot of pictures of the trees.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm just flipping through because
Yeah.
okay. So I guess I'm just having, so are those the wetlands behind the,
Yeah,
right there?
way over. Yeah, so this,
So let's get it, so I
I was-
appreciate the photos a great deal.
Okay.
I just can't tell if the wetland is right on the other side of the bushes here, of the shrubs there, or is it 200
Yeah.
feet past?
okay, I'd say it's closer than that, but, yeah, I did take a lot of pictures of trees. So there's wetland, see, this is just, so the house faces the street here,
Mm-hmm.
so this goes straight back.
Right.
So that's there, so there's wetlands further down past those trees.
I'm assuming
And
this is
then-
one they want to cut.
No, they don't want to do anything down there. No,
Okay.
in terms of the trees. The only thing they want to do approaching that is about here is where that little rotting retaining wall is
Mhm.
on the way down there.
This one.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. They were thinking about maybe this tree because it is got such a lean to it, but it's not right up against there. And again, they're comfortable just leaving the stump in. And this particular tree, I believe, is looking up they think is not that healthy. So they're wondering about that one.
Okay. Have they had a tree person come and talk to them about what they were going to do to take the trees down?
No.
Okay.
So the question I was thinking was, do they need an RDA for the tree cutting? But I was thinking with the retaining wall, was that an RDA or an NOI?
Well, I guess the best person to tell them
Right.
and us is their professional who goes and flags the wetlands and figures out where they are in relation to
Okay.
that. Because right now, from there, I don't have a big problem with them cutting the trees down and leaving the stumps.
Okay.
Excuse me. The trees are at least certainly very close to the house. I don't know if we're on the same page with that.
Right.
If anything, I'm surprised at you thinking of letting them cut the trees down. As far as the
a
retaining,
different personality when I was.
how does that make sense? So as far as the retaining wall comes in,
Yeah.
my feeling would be that it depends on what the retaining wall means. That's the same thing as saying I'm going to buy you a car.
Right.
It's a pretty big span between Maseratis and Kias. So I don't know how much excavation. Excuse me. I don't know how much excavation. I don't know what they're planning to do for grading. I don't know how close we are to the wetland. That's where they could really find themselves with a significant project or a really minor project.
Yeah.
Are they within riverfront area as well?
I don't think so.
Amandri is,
Past Zodiac on the left.
yeah, it's,
Backs up to the old pheasant farm, right?
Mm.
What's the one that cuts through?
No,
That's-
Mandy's in
that's
the
Groton
line.
Shirley Road.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's the one at the Groton line.
Yeah.
Right.
So which
The field,
which
where the
side
field
of the street are they on?
going in on the left.
So that's they're, well,
That is
James
the-
Brook goes.
Is that
further,
James
so-
Brook there?
Yeah. So,
Because is it James Brook that crosses under the? Is it James Brook that crosses under
See, this is
Groton
why,
School Road?
yes.
see, this is why I'm not our agent. or administrator. I'm just flubbing along as best I can.
No, I'm
Yeah.
glad you went out, and the
Okay.
pictures of the trees are lovely. I guess the
Yeah.
question is, I don't get all that hung up on the tree clearing.
Right.
Okay, the tree clearing when it comes to houses, what I would rather do is have people ask us and then talk to them about what they're going to do to be responsible about it. But when it comes to a landscaping project, that's
So-
just hugely wide open.
Okay, so I had the impression that they definitely want to do the trees. And the question is whether they needed to do anything further other than get our blessing. But I told them at the time I wasn't sure if it was an RDA or an NOI on the retaining wall. And I had the impression that if it was going to be a really big project for the retaining wall, they probably wouldn't bother with it now. They just want to do the trees before next winter.
Sure.
So splitting the two things into separate.
So what I would say is
Yeah.
I wouldn't have any problem. Did they email you to have this meeting?
No phone messages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess at that point, if you're comfortable and it would take a minute, then I would say type up a letter that says the commission discussed the tree cutting tonight. I guess the problem is, so you send in this letter,
Mhm.
right? The trees aren't flagged or marked. We don't have a plan that shows which trees they're planning to cut down. So basically, anything we send them at this point
Right.
is a license to
Okay, so they
do what they
could,
wish.
they could do an informal plan that just shows which trees they plan on taking down.
I think the right thing to do would be for them to take the plot plan, the bank plan that came with their house, mark the approximate location of the trees and the number of trees,
Yeah.
and that would at least put us in the ballpark to figure out what they were planning to do.
Okay. And then once we have that, we would be able to give them blessing. As for the retaining wall, they would need
So the retaining wall, that's not enough information. The only way for us to know what they plan to do with the retaining wall is for them to have a plan.
Okay.
Because we would need to know a little bit more about the wetlands, riverfront area, maybe flood zone. I don't know, what the flood
Natural
zone is.
stone or concrete pavers is a
Right.
big deal.
Yeah. I mean,
Great.
they're not quite sure what the previous owner meant by putting in that little wall, so. Okay. Okay, so that's in Andrew Way. 115 Hickory Way, it came in today and there was a phone message.
Which one is that one again? First one or second one?
Second one,
Second one.
yeah.
I can't remember. I have no idea why.
Me neither.
You have no idea why.
They went to get a building permit to put a shed in the back.
Wait. Hold on.
Yes.
Then it would be easy if it was hemlock then hickory. Isn't it hickory then hemlock?
Snake Hill, Hickory, Hemlock.
Yeah. You had it wrong too. Fine. Please continue.
Yeah, so they went to get a building permit for putting in a shed, and Gabe must have told them to check with us in case there are any environmental concerns. I called and talked to the wife, not the husband. He initially left the message. There's a drainage easement in the back toward the right in that area, but we don't have a file on this lot, so we have 116 Hickory Way, but we have nothing on 115, so I don't think we had to.
Our work is purely jurisdictional. If this is
Right.
non-jurisdictional, that's one thing. What they should probably do if you're expecting to talk to her again is they should probably confer with either Mr. Roper, or they should review their own plan to make sure they're not in the drainage easement just for their own protection, because otherwise they're going to have to move it after they put it there.
Well, what she was saying in terms of the drainage easement, the building shed's going to be on the opposite side from where the drainage easement, but Gabe wasn't in today when I was there, so not sure.
We don't have a file on it. It's non-jurisdictional. It's all set.
Okay. Set. Okay.
Wait. How did you know we don't have a file? By the address?
Went by the address, and then I also looked at what Becky had in the computer.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Well, no, I'm just if she gave you her lot number and
nope, I did it by the address.
Okay.
And, yeah, there was nothing in the completed files. And then also,
did you look in the ones you scanned?
what?
Continue.
And then also I checked Becky's folder and the orders of conditions, and I could not find one. So, okay, the Willows appeal,
Yes, was
Yeah.
postponed. Joe Bellino's mother. Very
Right.
sad.
yeah, so that's postponed to Thursday, June 4th, so I'll try to go again. Just updating on Borrego Solar, I just sent them an email to say, hey, what's happening? Because we haven't gotten the recording of the order of conditions or anything. And,
I heard that. Did they write back to you?
yeah, they did.
Was it John Coles?
No, I went to Bryony,
Okay.
and she heard back, she said they're still working on National Grid for access to the site. They've recorded the order of conditions and will comply with all conditions once the project starts. So nothing new, or nothing currently happening. 1 Barnum Road where Patel Pritt, he was doing the
Oh yeah.
sewer tie.
The liquor store.
Yeah, so Gary Luca had gotten an inquiry from a resident on that. He wanted to know, isn't
It's
that
a liquor
your-
store.
Yeah, right out, they were doing the, getting rid of the septic system and connecting to sewer system on the rotary.
They have the huge concrete blocks on the edge of their rotary now.
I haven't been down there.
Come around the rotary
Yeah.
just before you look at Wendy's and go, ugh.
Mhm.
It's on the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so somebody had asked about all the gravel there right up against the wetland, and I looked at the plan itself, and our plan said that area was to be backfilled with clean gravel, so it looks like that's what they did.
Nailed it.
So, okay. Let's see, Christine Lagus Wood.
Ah yes.
Yeah, she called, she called somewhere in here.
Apparently she dresses up like a witch at Halloween.
Not a yellow piece of paper. So she never heard from us about, back in 2011 when we were looking at the property. So now she left a message, so wanted to see, she never heard from us. Has anything changed that the town might be still interested? If not, how do they go about making it sellable to satisfy the commission? I don't think there was, I think the problem is we never really got back to her. And somewhere in here I have something.
Did she email you or is this another phone message?
Phone message. So, and she was asking questions like, how do you certify the land is accessible?
These are all things she really needs to talk to an attorney about.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned some of that to her. I think it's basically, if it's okay with you, I brought up all our notes. Basically, I don't think that we're interested in sponsoring an application because we had the cost of a phase 1 and then a phase 2, which you got an estimate for.
Yeah, we're talking about a lot of expense to find out that it's
Right.
probably not a property that the town would be interested in,
Right,
just based upon the years of work that
Right.
would have happened underneath the power lines.
yeah,
And so there was a grave
Yeah.
concern that would basically mean we would have a large outlay just to determine
right,
that it wasn't something the town would be interested in purchasing due to
right.
liability in the future.
I think
I
Scott.
don't think we're off the base on that.
No, and I think Scott Hood on FinCom he was on CPC at the time, and I think he thought it would, he wasn't even sure if they got a conservation restriction, if the town would be liable for fixing anything that was found.
Oh, I think that turns into its own.
No,
Well,
so
there it is.
he wasn't in favor at the time either. So I think I just need, if it's okay with you, I'll just go through some of the points that were of concern. Anything else in terms of making it more sellable, she has to deal with a realtor or an attorney on. It's not up to
I would
us.
say that, so more saleable is something that she's a real estate agent.
Is she? So it's not in the, it's just not in the commission's. So.
Does she mean more saleable to us?
No, I think, actually wasn't exactly sure what she was talking about.
Clean it up.
I think the
Something
long
about
story short
access.
is that the property
Yeah,
today represents some real potential liability for the town, and the town would have to spend a great amount of money to determine that liability. If she, on her own,
mm-hmm.
commissioned someone to go out and determine through a phase 1, phase 2 process if there was an issue on the site, then that would be one thing. But it would also be no guarantee that the town would be interested in purchasing. Is everybody familiar with phase 1?
Yeah,
So the phase 1 is going to say, in big letters,
oh, yeah,
OMG,
yeah,
goodness knows what they've been doing.
yeah.
You need a phase 2, and then you would have to do soil samples, and then all of a sudden you're talking about, it's a pretty large property. You can do soil
Yeah.
samples across the whole property.
Right.
And if you didn't, how do you trust the veracity of the information? So,
It's pretty much
Yeah.
under the power lines, right?
it's under the power lines.
So, yeah, I mean, she was and I wasn't quite sure where she was coming from, but I believe when she first contacted us, she was asking us for an appraisal at the time too, and it wasn't our business to. Back when it first came before us in May of 2011, she was unable to provide an assessed value, but I think then she moved to wanting us to give them an assessed value.
Yeah, yes, she was,
So-
so I appreciate where she was coming from. She was
Right.
trying to get some way to sell her property, and we have now spent 10 more minutes on this than we should have in
Right.
2011.
So
So the answer
basically,
is,
town's not interested,
the commission.
the commission is not
The
interested.
commission is not interested in sponsoring it for all the reasons we got into in 2011.
Yeah,
But we wish her the best of luck.
okay. Not interested. Okay, and anything.
Did you write best of luck? You didn't write best of luck. Wish her the best of luck.
And anything else in terms of her questions about, how to certify if the land is accessible? That's not something we do.
No,
So we don't do
We
that.
don't.
It's very nice of her to ask, but that's nothing we do.
We don't.
She should probably hire a professional to help her with any of her questions.
Okay, got it. Okay, got that. We did get an email from Kane's on their RDA. They sent some nice pictures. So they're just about, we don't do anything, I think they're just giving us notification.
Complete stabilization to come, yep. And unless they're watering, it won't. I guess that's new paving. Do you remember the bollards in the drawings? No. I don't remember bollards. I'm not necessarily disturbed by them, but I remember them. Final coat, final grade, seeding of native grass and temporary stabilization, reinstallation of erosion control. Woo! They'll let us know. So he says, once stabilization is complete, erosion control will be removed as proposed. I don't think we have to do an inspection for that.
Okay.
I don't remember those in the plan. You just want to see?
That's right. I missed the sidewalk, so I don't remember
Well.
what it was
He had
intended
donuts.
to like.
He had donuts that day,
Oh, man.
right?
Geosyntec, I
I saw you forwarded an email and I didn't have a
Right.
chance to look at it. I'm assuming he wants money, and his email
Oh,
said he was almost done with everything.
what page, but they seem to be close. I think I did put the letters in your file in front of you. That's my copy. Give it to me.
Oh, yeah, no, that is, I did get that one in here. Yeah, met with Mark.
So June 5th, we should have a memo, have a meeting.
We're gonna have them give it some sort of presentation
Yeah. And that should actually be with,
in there.
yeah, as well. And Mark Wetzel,
Sure.
Parks and Recreation.
Mhm. Selectmen,
Parks and Recreation didn't give any money, did they?
no.
No. Yes, it's good.
Strike them. All right, that's pretty exciting.
So, in terms of scheduling a meeting, should we wait until after we get his memo, or?
Well, he's saying he'd have a memo by June 5th.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the next meeting that would make sense would be July 25th. Sorry, June 25th.
Okay,
So what I would suggest, and what I mean by that is if he turns it in on June 5th,
right.
I think we should absorb, review, and discuss it on June 25th to send it back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Spent a lot of money for this, might as well go through it thoroughly and be able to put some real ideas to it as opposed to glancing at it.
So don't meet with him on the 25th.
Nope,
Okay.
we meet to discuss on the 25th to formulate comments and send back. For all
Okay.
we know, we're going to look at it and go, it's not what I was thinking. Did they address this? Did they address that? I don't know.
We also could discuss it on June 11th. if
Well,
we
my
can.
only concern is that if he's a few days late and we miss that
Right.
meeting, I'd rather set aside time on the
Okay.
25th and that way
Okay.
not miss it.
Okay, sounds good. And then we'll coordinate setting up a meeting after that. Okay, George, you asked about, weren't we supposed to do a site walk with Jeff Thomas and go over Perot?
That's right. He was looking at that. That was back in April
Right.
when there was still
so
snow.
he's swamped until 4th of July weekend, and so he suggested Saturday, July 11th. He's got Saturday games.
I don't have any problem with us saying we'll meet him that day. I may not be able to go there.
Okay. George,
I'm not sure, I don't think so.
you're not sure it doesn't work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So possibly not.
We may do better to. So
Yeah,
I'm sure there's lots of vacations and things in July.
Would not work for
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Why don't we wait till July and then set a date?
yeah,
Okay.
in like September. July and August, you know, are always going to be full of vacation
yeah.
time.
Okay, I sent the email to Robert about the,
When is the July 4th celebration? Is it actually on July 4th?
Actually, July 4th is
Yeah.
a Saturday.
I think this year it is actually on July 4th.
If we're all just going to plan on going to the celebration, why don't we just do?
I don't know if I'll be here.
I was
No. That's be a perfect time to walk around. Except it'll be all trampled and covered with those
Yeah.
booths.
Right.
So and kids with squirt guns. So
At
at least my kids always bring squirt guns. All right.
have not heard back from Robert about whether we need another warrant article to rescind the $8,000 that was
Misappropriated.
right.
I'm going to use the term misappropriated.
Well, that's
Misappropriated.
not our problem.
Yeah.
We didn't sponsor the first one.
Well, I guess I would want to make sure that it gets cleaned up now that we were essentially made responsible for the first one. I'm more than happy to talk about making it go away.
I'm sure when it comes to saving money, they'll take care of it.
I just want to make sure it gets discussed.
Yeah, publicly. Rescinded. Okay, so that's all for me. Office updates.
Excellent.
We do have, under committee updates, we have one thing to review, but
Sweet mother of Moses.
it's Takashi's wife.
No, it's the Open Space and Recreation Plan Committee.
Yes.
So yes. We were all clear. Is it the Chapter 61 letter?
It is.
All right, why don't we skip right to that? Conservation Commission in our meeting on May 28, 2015 discussed the value, that's the day I wasn't here, right?
That's today.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember us discussing the value of having a specific
We're-
policy and protocol.
We're actively engaged in said discussion.
I see, I feel it now.
So the chair of the Open Space and Recreation Committee at our last recent meeting, which wasn't an official meeting because we didn't have a quorum, wanted to know if, asked the Conservation Commission representative on that committee whether the commission would write a letter supporting Chapter 61, and I said, I don't know. I could bring it to the commission.
This would be supporting having a
Procedure.
better policy, a policy in place to handle Chapter 61 right first.
Yeah. So, Commissioner Tada actually delivered the copy of the letter at tonight's meeting.
So I believe the Open Space Committee will obviously be
Yeah.
submitting a similar letter to the selectmen, as will the Parks Department of the Parks Commission, whatever commission, I guess. And they would also like for the Conservation Commission to provide a similar letter.
And here it is.
Okay. So I don't have any problem with this at all.
This, if anybody's interested, an example of
Is that Mount
of a
Grace?
policy is
Yeah.
included in this publication by the Mount Grace Land Conservation Trust. Which I have.
They always show up at Garlic and Arts.
Yes.
Mount Grace Land Trust?
Yes.
They always have a booth.
I have some nice drawings I got from that festival.
Christine bought some ridiculously expensive photographs, but they're very pretty.
Yeah. Actually, I've got 4 from there. 2 different photographs.
Okay, so I think this is a great idea. And I noticed you made a change on here, option for offer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that word offer should have been option.
So this isn't going to affect the present problem, correct?
Correct. But it should hopefully.
No, but
Yep,
it
right.
establishes something going forward,
Yep.
so
Correct.
that future projects don't suffer the same
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, the present problem is going through its.
And when I say
it's-
problem, it's a
yeah.
problem because there wasn't a process to
Right.
deal with it.
And that is being handled through a separate process that involves lawyers.
I was going to say, so far, if I understand correctly, the previous applicant did not follow the process
Right.
as required under the law.
Right, and I think the town, the selectmen had been sort of had been, I guess, ambivalent about it, but I believe the last I heard is that they did, in fact, submit in writing whatever they needed to submit to the applicant to basically demand rectification of the problem.
I guess the really interesting
Yeah,
question is so
It,
there must be legal repercussions for failing to.
There are, and legal and financial, involving payment of back taxes, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
So I believe that's essentially what has gone, that process is playing out, I guess is the way I'd say.
Interesting. All right.
So should we put this on our letterhead, and
I think that's a great idea.
should it be signed just by you or by all of us?
I don't have any problem signing it, but I would say that we would probably all sign it since it is the Conservation Commission. Although, actually, I can sign it if it's the Conservation at our meeting discuss this. So that's fine. Bring it Saturday and I'll sign it.
Okay.
So I'm going to change it to Historical Commission.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
All right, so we went to the big one first. CPC,
You have not met since then.
stormwater is not present. Pond and dam, no information whatsoever. Greenway, trail minding, tick picking.
I don't have any updates. I don't know if George does.
Well, on the issue of tick picking,
Yes.
there are TikToks.
Ooh,
National River Watershed Association sponsoring talks on preventing tick bites and Lyme disease.
TikToks, that's timely.
Yes.
Did you get that, TikToks? See, so
So there was one on May 19th at Michelle Valley Medical Center. There's going to be one June 2nd, Lunenburg Public Library.
I'd say the May 19th is no longer applicable.
That's what I said it was. June 9th at Pepperell Library and June 23rd at the Harvard Library, 7 p.m. at all.
basically, the most important thing to know is that if you don't protect yourself, deer ticks will bite you. And if you find a dog tick logged in you and it has a bullseye, it doesn't matter because you can't get Lyme disease from dog ticks. That's it.
You can get other diseases from.
You can get other diseases, but you can't get Lyme disease from dog ticks. I had a nurse who was a bit cheeky with us, I thought, as we extracted the tick from Henry, and it had a big bullseye, and she was like, well, you can't get Lyme disease from dog ticks. Like, I've read every piece of tick literature that ever came across my desk ever after getting Lyme disease, and not one of them said you can't get Lyme disease from dog ticks. She goes, well, you can't. I went and looked it up, and it was true. So you can't get Lyme disease from dog ticks.
You can get the other ones that are just as bad.
Right.
Oh, there's all sorts of other stuff. Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
Sick as a dog. Doesn't matter. It's not Lyme disease. That's
There'll be a rail trail walk on June 27th from 2 to 4 p.m.
for
This is
2 to 4.
2 to 4. This is National River as well. It'll be Al Futterman and Darcy Donald,
Starting from where?
starting from here. No dogs allowed.
2 to 4?
Yes.
She's not a dog.
Put glasses on it.
Look forward to that discussion. Will she wear that harness?
I did tell her. Actually, everybody likes her in town hall. And I did jokingly tell town administrator, I said, well, this is you. What can you do? Fire me?
Not pay me?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Member updates?
None.
Sir?
Oh, I was in the Kohler place. It appears that sale is going through.
Excellent.
And there were some people at the end of Wright Road the other day with big plans for Kohler Place laid out. And I guess there are people who would be buying it or are buying it and planning to build. So, will we want any affidavit from Ed Cornelia transferring the order of conditions? Since it is
Well, actually,
Uh,
aren't they on the hook for it?
or who's on the hook for it?
Well, quite frankly, I guess the more interesting question is the order of conditions still valid?
Mm.
when was that issue?
It's got to be close.
Well, it would have been.
It was 2011.
Okay. So if would it
Oh.
have run out during a time when it would have been extended, or would it have run out?
It would have been eligible for the second 2-year extension.
Did they have to notify us that they wanted it extended?
No, under the
Yeah,
Permit
it's
Extension Act.
automatic.
No,
It just
they're
was
automatic,
extended.
Yeah. And if it was issued in 2011, it would have been so 2016, so next year,
Okay.
if the years are correct.
So I guess the next question, so if there's a valid order of conditions,
Yeah.
then really whoever the new owner of the property is, until Ed changes it, what work they did would be by him.
Do they also have a conservation management permit from Natural Heritage on that property?
Mm. I don't know.
Because I believe their permitting process would also require notification of a change of ownership.
I think ours does in our boilerplate.
Yeah, I think it should, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Right.
So that would have to come from Ed Cornelia, wouldn't it?
Again, the onus would be on the applicant. The real question would be, if we haven't heard from them by the time they start digging, we would probably say to them, hold on a sec, let's make sure we've got all this straight.
Okay. So nothing to do now.
Nothing to do now. Besides, I can't tell you how many times we've seen people stand at the end of a driveway with a set of plans.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay, that was it.
Then I guess the only thing I would say then, as you start to write adjourn, the only thing that I would do then is I would say, do we have opinions on Michelle?
Oh,
Yeah, come on. You crossed it out, you're good.
She's very competent, yeah.
What's being unsaid? What are your concerns?
I don't know a whole lot. I mean, I guess she's got enough experience with towns that you probably would put up with anything we throw at her.
I had the same impression, and clearly she's, I felt like she had more gumption than some of our past applicants. Drake, it makes me a little nervous because it's 2 more towns away, and that's a trouble in the winter. I'm not trying to be flippant about it, but if you have a hard commute, and sometimes you make decisions to not commute when it's a hard commute. I hate to have her put in that position. Obviously, we didn't ask her what she drives. But no, I think I can't imagine she could have any more experience working as a town, in the town position.
Yeah.
That seems hard to do. So. You didn't say a word as I asked. George just piped right up. Did you have any thoughts?
no, I'm sort of biased and like, competent, let's go. But so, I wouldn't be the best to
Did you see her pulse? Her neck kept moving. Nice. That was actually a sheet of paper blowing in the air conditioner. Good. We'll take it.
No.
Prop her up in the chair.
Yeah, right. Do you have any feelings, Takashi?
I think she's definitely the most highly qualified applicant that we've had before us.
Oh, and you also heard the update. You never heard back from Jeff?
Not a word. And look, I'm when someone's applying for a job and you call them 3 times in one day because you want to talk to them about stuff,
Right.
man, you'd expect a call back if they wanted the job.
Right.
And again, not being a smart guy, but if you were really interested in the job and someone called you 3 times in one day, there'd be at least a call back. I had a death in the family, something happened. I mean, it's been 2 weeks.
Right.
That's not that's at some point you're beyond the pale of he's just not going to respond.
Right.
So we scared him off.
Right. Because we're a busy and involved looking commission, so.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh, he said nice stuff as he cut our throat. That's awesome.
So should I call Michelle and get references?
I think that's a good idea. If her references check out, are we prepared to make her an offer? Is that the kind of thing we should wait till our next meeting to talk about? Or should we follow Jess's hope and hand her an offer letter tomorrow? Do we want, so I can give you an out, do we want Lee to meet her?
Yeah, that sounds good.
There you go.
Lee might already know her, or know of her.
Did you hear from Lee tonight before the meeting?
Yeah, she'd sent a message that she couldn't, she was on a deadline, couldn't make it tonight. I said, oh, too bad, because we're interviewing latest candidate tonight around 8:15. She said, I know, there's nothing I can do. I'm confident the Brain Trust will do a fine job.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
All right, it's 10 o'clock. So why don't we get Michelle's references, and then I would even be amenable to scheduling an extra half-hour meeting to have her come in and meet Lee if you guys are up for it. So far, I would say she's probably my second favorite candidate, and the only reason I say that is I really thought that that woman who came in just before Jeff, I thought she had an upside. Danielle.
Yeah.
I really did. I think Michelle has all the competencies she needs to step in and be the person tomorrow. Period. I have any question about that. So,
Well, no, I guess I would throw in the thought that if she could come in and step in and pretty much take over with minimal orientation to town hall, then there's sort of no risk to us in expending a lot of time training her and then
Right.
have her decide to bag us.
do those things that people
Yeah.
do when they have a job and
Yeah,
a family.
right.
You know, since we gotta wait till July 1st before we can pay our 19 hours, anyway,
It's true.
we can discuss it at the next meeting, June 25th,
Oh my goodness, is it really? No, it can't be.
June 11th.
June 11th.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, and then we'd have to get onto the Board of Selectmen
yeah.
agenda. I'd just as soon not get on the Board of Selectmen agenda until we have an acceptance, because I think they put it on last time, it would be an appointment, and then I started getting hassled by the former town reporter, who's no longer working for Ayer, John Bishop, saying, so you're making an announcement? I said, no, we haven't made a decision yet. Well, can I put this in? No, we haven't made it, and then he put something in anyways. They're getting close. So,
Oh, good, a teaser.
yeah.
All right. So why don't we check our references and then allow George his out. We'll have her meet Lee.
If we wants to. She doesn't care then.
No, she has to care.
So, references,
Let's just start with that.
okay.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
All in favor?
I
Aye.
Aye.